cult of personality. The cult of personality. The cult of personality.
Cheers. Welcome to the Cult of Personality podcast. I'm your host, per usual, Mikeymcchoppa, and today we are here with a special guest. A long time, long overdue, long awaited episode. We are here with Norue. How is it going today?
It's going well. It's going well.
Bro.
It's like a rainy day today, but still made it.
Bro, cold. Like, bro, it was honestly abnormally cold today and rainy. First, like, cold day of fucking New York City winter, fall, whichever. It's been, like, abnormally warm. It's been, like, 50 fucking degrees every day.
They're saying it's gonna, like, snow, but I'm not sure.
Look at that. Yo, bro, that's so crazy. I was just having the conversation. I was literally just like, yo, it's, like, hasn't been... This is giving a buzz. There we go. There we go. I was like, yo, it hasn't been... What's the word? Cold enough. I'm like, bro, I remember, like, in 2018, like, the middle of November, it was, like, a snowstorm.
Cold, yeah.
And, like, now it's, like, spring weather. And I was like, fuck, yo, like, what happened? Global warming.
Yeah.
Never
People
mind.
say it's fake, and it's just like, come on. Even over there in Europe, when I was in Europe, like, the first year, I think it was 2020, it snowed once, twice. And then after that, barely. Like, one day out of the whole year. It's just strange. And that's, like, Europe, you know?
Shit's
By
crazy.
the mountains, yeah.
Bro, I know over there it'd be fucking cold as shit in the winter.
Yeah, freezing. I can't lie.
In the mountains and shit.
Windy and... I don't know.
I'd be thinking of, like, you ever, like, learning, like, history class, like, when they were like, oh, yeah, the fucking, what was it? The Germans couldn't, like, go into, like, Russia because it was so fucking cold.
It was freezing, especially going on top of the mountains and stuff. They'd, like, freeze.
Yeah,
the snow up there is crazier, I assume.
So how you been, bro? Bro, you just... So at the time of this recording, you just came back to New York City. You, like, landed, like, 3 days ago. How are you feeling back? Tell us where you've been. Catch us up. Put us on.
Honestly, I'm feeling great. Like, being here again. I grew up here till I was, like, 15. So it's, like, you know, nothing new to me. But it's been great. I've been in Kosovo. That's in Europe. And I've been there for 4 years. Yeah, 4 years now. Well, yeah. No. 3 years. My bad. Since 2020.
Yeah, you were out there for a hot minute.
Yeah, it was. No, it was 2019. It was 1 week after my birthday. It was July. Cause my birthday is June 26th, so it was July something. Beginning of July. Yeah, I've been there for 4 years. Been back here in 2022. That's when I met you.
Yeah.
And we went to that Lil Tracy show. I've been here for 6 months that time. And then another time in this year, 2023, from February to May, but in Florida at my uncle's place. I just, went to Florida to get my GED because it's something I've been wanting to do.
Bro, you've been all around the fucking world.
Yeah.
In, like, the shortest amount of time. It was, like... I remember how shocking it was when you were going to Albania, and we were like, damn, we don't know when we're going to see you again. Because you were like, oh, I might stay here for some months, might stay here for some years. I was like, oh. And then you came back around, and I thought that was super cool. And I thought it was so crazy because when you came back around, it was like when I started coming down here OD because I was, like, seeing Lena and stuff. And, bro, that shit worked out crazy.
Yeah,
that Tracy show was fun as fuck.
Yeah, it was. It was really fun.
Bro. And now you're back, and now you're here, and I feel like it's, like, the most fucking divine timing of all time. Like, I feel like now it's like, all right, you're getting back into, like, the momentum and the music and things, and then it's like, damn, you're back in the fucking scene of it all now.
I'm just glad, like, I'm here permanently. I don't got to go back, unless I, want to, but, I've been there long enough,
Okay. All right.
Yep.
We're back in this shit. Hopefully it just pulls through. Pull through MacBook. I'll lower your brightness if I have to. There we go.
Anywho. So I think I was saying, I'm glad to be back permanently, to be here with my friends, with Mikey, just to do, good stuff for the scene, with music. Hopefully do shows, because I've only done one show ever. And Mikey's been to that. Like,
Bro, I was at your first live performance, and that was July, like, fucking, I don't know, like July 12th.
Yeah, something like that.
2022. And it's so funny because I went to that show to see you, and I ended up meeting, like, a bunch of other New York motherfuckers. I met, like, Friday and Reed's November and a bunch of other people at that show.
Yeah, same.
And that, like, helped with, like, the progress of the podcast and, like, having people on, but... That was crazy. That was really your first show, and then you disappeared again.
Yeah, I just disappeared right after. I think it was 1 month later. And I just had to go back. I don't know.
So now that you're back, and okay, that was cool. Now that you're back, and speaking of shows and stuff like that, what's the game plan now that you're back here? What is the Norue game plan?
So my plan, my bad. Let me put it closer.
Oh,
My plan for right now is make a few music videos. Wait, before I do that, let me just give some lore with my music. Some people already know, but I've been making music since 2018, 2019, and I've deleted my songs many times,
oh my!
sadly.
We've had like 5 do-overs from Norue's
Yeah,
discography.
yeah. But my plan now is to not delete any more music. I pay for beats now. I do all that. Back then, I would use free beats, not free for profit, none of that. And my plan is basically bring back all the stuff I had before with people, with 2003, with Infinity, with Mikey, with Focus as well. Just a bunch of people I made music with back then, and make newer songs and like put it into an EP, so people can hear the songs back then and newer ones in one EP. And hopefully do music videos for the stuff I have out now. I dropped like 4 singles since I came back and one EP, Life Path. Hopefully just do music videos for those and just keep going.
Hell yeah, bro. And bro, that's so cool that you're like touching back and like bringing stuff back. Cause like I feel like a lot of people like delete their discography and just leave it deleted, or they'll fucking leak it. Someone
Yeah.
else will leak it. And I think it's so cool that you're like just like bringing that back for the sake of like history and progress. Like people could see how far you've come,
Not
and
even
also just like reflect
bad.
upon like I feel like overrated work, like work
Yeah.
that wasn't looked at enough.
Yeah. And not even just for myself, but I feel like it was such a terrible thing to do to my friends, just delete my music, and they worked hard on it too. And I just feel like I owe it to everyone that was with me all this time, just to, hopefully everything goes good with music videos, everything. Hopefully shows are like one thing I really want to do.
That's what I want to ask about. Like,
Mm.
bro, you did one show and you disappeared. Like, that's it. You had like that. You planted the seed and you left. So like, are you gonna try to like
Oh yeah.
get onto like?
Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna try to connect with as many people as I can, make more friends, try to do more shows. The first show I ever did, a funny fact, the whole week before it, when I found out I was going to do the show, I just kept throwing up. Like I couldn't turn too much. I was so nervous. And then when I finally did it, I didn't even remember like that I did it. And people were telling me, "Oh, you killed it. You killed it." Mikey told me I killed it. Everyone was like, "Whoa, you did insane." I'm just like, "Okay." Like I didn't even remember because how nervous I was. And then after, it was pretty cool. We all chilled in the back. I think it was in the living gallery. I
Yeah,
think that was the place. We all chilled in the back. Everyone was speaking to each other. It was just a good vibe.
that shit was so
Yeah.
fucking crazy, bro. You did kill it. I remember like there singing and fucking recording, and like I barely remember it too. Like I have to watch back the videos, but like it was such a cool fucking moment.
Yeah.
I can only imagine though, like how nerve wracking it is
Yeah.
beforehand. Like
Mhm.
I've yet to even. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I ever have the opportunity to like perform on stage, because I don't know. It's like not my focus right
Mhm.
now. But I can only imagine like if that ever did occur. It's like
I think you will
it's so
eventually.
different than being
Yeah.
here in front of the
Uh-huh.
camera or in the fine confinements of your room. It's like no.
Yeah, because you gotta like work off the crowd and you gotta go with the crowd. You gotta make them happy, like the songs,
Yeah.
and basically just go crazy pretty much. When I was doing it, I was really like my hands were shaking like, and then after I did it, I just saw people like taking off their shirts, like going in the mosh pit. I was like, oh, okay,
Yeah. It was good. Motherfuckers
Yeah.
turned out. That was.
And then I realized like it's not that like serious. Like just have fun. Like everybody's doing this for the same thing, like just to have fun, make music, meet new people. Hopefully it takes them somewhere.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Before we move into like like the questions of the podcast and stuff like that, and like the real conversation, I gotta ask. Recently, and like also like, and I've referred because I feel like I talk about you fairly often, so I
Mhm.
referred to you plenty of times on the pod, and you've been Semi-Siren, you've been Bone
Yeah,
Skin.
Bone
I gotta
Skin.
talk about the name changes and what caused them and what caused you to come back to No Real.
So the change for Semi-Siren was that I so that summer that I met you,
Mm.
I had some songs out. I did the show, and something happened. I lost a relative, and that like it kind of woke me up in a way, like with everything, like things that I do, things that I just realized like life is really short, and like anything can happen, anything. So I was kind of manic, I can't lie, and I just deleted everything as Norue. I took a break for like think it was a year, right? Until I
Quite
came
some
back as
time.
Semi-Siren, yeah, a couple months. And then I was in Florida. I was like, no, it was before Florida. Then I was in Europe again. I was like, okay, I deleted everything. I feel terrible now that everything's gone. I don't want to start, fresh. So might as well see what happens if I become somebody new, like Semi-Siren, and just make new music. And then I can't lie, I did that, and I just wasn't feeling it. It wasn't the same. I didn't like the name, so then I just deleted everything again. And at that time, I re-uploaded a EP with 20. It was called Blue Moon, that I will bring back as Norue. And I deleted that, and I felt terrible for that as well. And then I went to Florida. After that, I got my GED.
Congrats.
And yeah, thank you. And then I was thinking about a new name. I was like, I don't know what to do. But first, I was making music anyways, without a name, everything deleted. I made The Woods, the first single that I have out since I was back. I made that. Like, I recorded it, not recorded, but I wrote it, and I recorded, like, just so I remember the flow. I did that in Florida. And then a long time after, a few months after, I went back to Europe and was like, okay, I got to think of a new name. I was thinking of Bonesaw, Chain Skin, I don't know, and I was like Bone Skin. And then like, yeah, I just started making songs again as Bone Skin. And then the reason why I changed back to Norue is pretty much the same reason why a lot of people that I know did the same. Like, I spoke to Infinity. Yeah, fuck. Infinity. Infinity is dead, by the way. Shout out Infinity.
Shout out
I spoke to
Infinity.
Infinity, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I changed my name as well, but it just didn't work. Like, people knew me as Infinity is dead." I was like, "Yeah, I've been having that problem too. Like, I just feel like I was forgotten. Like, it's just not working anymore." And then I was like, "You know what? Just change everything." I didn't delete the songs that I have out now as when I was Boneskin, but I did delete the Boneskin account on all platforms. All I did was change my name again back to Nora on SoundCloud, made a new Spotify, Apple Music, and yeah,
Bro, that
I'm
shit
back.
was seamless. And it's just like, it's crazy with all those names. It was like, I don't know. I guess like people. I guess people are. I don't. Noru is. I guess Noru built like a trademark
Yeah.
because, especially because you had 17 as Noru, and you had all these other popular songs, and you did all these popular collaborations as Noru. So people were just like, I guess that name just sticks. Once they saw Semi-Siren or Boneskin, it was like,
Yeah, it's
who?
like, who is this? People probably thought I botted my followers and stuff. I can't, and I wouldn't blame them, but you could tell, like, it's not. And yeah, people just didn't fuck with it. I didn't fuck with it after a while, but it took me a minute, because I thought, like, oh, I'm doing something good, but, oh, the mic's far away, my bad. I thought I was doing something new, but it just, I don't know. I realized that I could go back as Noru and do new things as Noru. Like, it doesn't, you know. And thankfully, I'm back. Hopefully, I could take music more serious, do some music videos. I plan on doing one for the Woods. I have done one back then
I
for
was gonna say, talk about the old one you did with
yeah,
for what was it?
19, I think. But that song's never coming back. But uh, it was freezing. I think it was around the same time, same month as now. It's November. Yeah, like November, December. It was freezing in Europe. My hair was pretty long, but I don't know. I was having a bad time. Like, I lost way more weight, and I don't know. I was just like, you know what? Let me just make a music video, see how it goes. And I did that, and I was in a field, a relative's field, because farming and stuff. And my cousin recorded me, and then I liked it. I started editing it, everything, and then I uploaded it. But after a while, I was like, damn, I did not look good. Like, you could tell I was miserable, and so I just deleted it.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
It's so funny. It's like this. Like, I think what comes too that's cool is like what you like constantly like going through these like changes in your work and like deleting and bringing back stuff is like kind of like makes the lore deeper for
Yeah.
Noru. It's like the
Yeah.
Noru lore. He's scarce. You go on YouTube and everything's a re-upload. Where is he for real?
Exactly. I feel like somebody has that video somewhere because somebody commented as I dropped the video, I'm saving this video just in case you delete it. So I'm pretty sure somebody saved it, but who
Bro, and
knows?
like I feel like everything you put out, people like archive
Hmm.
because
I was
whenever you delete
surprised.
shit, bro, there's the Noru
Yeah,
archive.
no,
There's
I don't own that, by the way. People thought I owned it. I don't own it. But shout out to the person that owns it. Thank you.
hell yeah, bro. The fucking Noru archive,
Hmm.
and if you go on YouTube and look up Noru,
Hmm.
it's like re-upload edit anime music video. I didn't even know it still existed.
Mhm.
Like, you know, it's crazy.
Yeah, there's one with Idle Glance. I think that's the editor's name, and they usually charge people like 250, 300, but this was rare. Like this person hit me up. It was for the song Eternal Bliss that I will be bringing back soon. It's the next EP I'm going to drop after I make music videos for the stuff I have out. And he pretty much hit me up. He's like, "Yo, can I use this song?" I'm like, "Sure, yeah." And I didn't even check their profile. I didn't check nothing. Like I was like, "Yeah, sure. You know, might as well have fun with it. Do whatever you'd like." And I sent them the file, and out of nowhere I just see the video and I see all the subscribers. I'm like, whoa, what? And it did good. It did pretty good. I'm guessing because I had the sample of After Dark, because that editor Idle Glance made AMV a day before of After Dark, so I guess it fit well.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
that's that one song.
Yeah.
Oh, that shit's so fire.
Yeah,
Yo,
and
you put your own twist on like
Yeah.
songs that were like popular and shit, or like not even like were popular, but like you did, because I remember you did the All the Things You Said. That shit
Mhm.
was fire. You
Yeah.
did the Eternal Bliss, which was the After Dark inspiration, and that shit was fire. And I
Yeah,
like.
I think I made those two songs like in between 1 week. I think it was All the Things You Said, Eternal Bliss, and yeah. But I made it really close to each other, and I just went all out. I don't know, like something happened that time, and I was just like, you know what, I just gotta, let some
He
emotions
couldn't
out.
be stopped. He couldn't be
Yeah.
stopped, bro. Yeah, man, and it's just I'm so happy. I'm happy you're fucking back.
Thank
Norue.
you.
I'm happy you're back
I'm happy to be
in
here.
Brooklyn. Bro. It's so fucking lit, bro. And
Yeah.
what was I gonna say, man? I guess we'll just get into the questions, because a lot of the stuff I want to talk about and ask about is just I feel
Mhm.
like it's gonna come in the conversation anyway.
Yep.
So now, about almost 20 minutes into the pod, we are here with Norue. I have to ask you, as
Yep.
myself, Mikeymcchoppa, Norue, the name, the image, the aura, and the energy. How did it start? How did we get all the way to this very current point?
Okay.
And everything in between.
All right. So it starts off as me being a 16-year-old kid in upstate New York, same place that Mikey's from, same high school, everything.
Hell yeah.
Was from, I mean, because Monroe is terrible. We had
Yeah, we don't take pride in it. It was like we were like
insanely bad
stuck there
experiences,
because
yeah.
we're both from over
Yeah.
in the city,
We grew up in the city,
and we
like,
got pushed
Monroe
up there.
yeah, we had like no choice, but it was just insanely bad stuff happened up there. But I did something in school that I'm not proud of, and I got expelled and put on probation for 2 years. I brought something to school I shouldn't have, because some kid, I'm just not gonna name drop because I don't want to, get in trouble again. But
Old drama.
yeah, pretty much. I was dating somebody. He had this girlfriend that he was with, and she was a close friend of mine. And she's pretty popular on TikTok now, I found out, and Instagram, but that's cool. But she was a close friend. She tells everybody like something really bad happened to her. She was R-worded. I don't want to. By him. And at the time, I was his friend too. When I found that out, completely cut him off. He was mad about that. I said, I don't care. I don't mess with those kinds of people. Just stay as far away from me as you can. He got mad. She became closer to me, his ex-girlfriend. We were friends, I didn't say anything of it though, because I had a girlfriend that I was dating for 2 years. And my girlfriend gets jealous. He gets jealous, the old friend. I get upset that she's talking to him when she had her own experience with, but I'm not gonna, because that's her privacy. But I basically got upset with that, and I was like, okay, let's break up. Like, I don't. And then out of nowhere, this guy's like hitting me up. He's like, yeah, she's telling me all these things that were not true, like trying to make me seem like I was somebody that I'm not. And I basically had a bad time that whole year because of like personal things, like a bunch of stuff, moving to upstate, having no friends.
Yo, that shit will drive you fucking mad,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
The last thing I would have wanted after I was newly moved upstate with no friends is a fucking rapist trying to trash talk me. It's like, bro, I'm gonna fucking make you the epitome of everything I'm feeling right now. Like,
So pretty much, I'm gonna just say I brought knives to school. I was ready, because I grew up in Brooklyn. What is there like? He was big
He
too.
said
I
it
can't
was
lie.
on
He was
site.
big. Yeah, he was like big guy, 6 foot. I mean, I'm 6 foot as well, but I'm pretty sure. Yeah, 6 foot. And but he was just huge, like
that
muscular.
dude was eating his fucking green
Yeah,
beans.
yeah. And he was, I think he went to the military now, but I don't know. It's not.
Yo, half of Monroe went to like the fucking
Yeah.
military. There was kids in Monroe that I remember being like chill, regular ass
Yeah.
kids, and they like popped out with a camo uniform. I was
Exactly.
like,
Yep.
who?
Yeah.
You little
You
fucking
ain't-
Timmy from ELA is gonna go take over and fucking fight the fucking
No way.
like go. I don't
Oh
even
my
know what the fuck
God.
is going on. Like holy
That's
shit.
America. You never know
You
until
never-
it happens. You know.
Yo.
On the front lines.
On the
It's
front,
just
they come
insane.
back with the missing limb in the Camaro, like I did it.
I did it.
I did it. Yo, that's crazy. That was the plot twist of the century right there.
But what I was saying is, yeah, he was pretty strong, and I just got upset. He was threatening me. I was like, all right, you want to threaten me? Let's see what's gonna happen. I go to school, got the knives and stuff. I had them on me. Bathroom, I was ready, and then, boom, he snitched. His friend snitched. I was like, okay, happy that they did, because if I did something, Norue would not be a thing. I would not be a thing. And
It feels like a Vlad TV interview right now. We're talking about some crazy shit right now.
we're gonna pass it real quick because it has a happy ending.
Yes.
And I did all that. I got caught the second that, and the security guard takes me. I go to the counselor and stuff. They search my bag and I hid it. I was pretty smart, but not smart. Don't ever do this. It's terrible. Didn't put it in my locker. Didn't put it in my bag. I knew I got, something was that same bathroom, so put it in the. Before I was gonna fight him, I put it under the garbage bag in the bin, but not in the garbage bag, under it.
Under
So-
the bag, in the bin.
Yeah. And I could have had somebody go and take it and hide it and just leave the building, but I was like, life is terrible. I found so many bad things within myself, depression, BPD, all that, but I didn't know I had BPD, self-harm, the whole thing. And things were just terrible. My life at home was terrible, and I had no outlet. I had no really close friends. I had nobody to pretty much teach me how to be good to people. And I would, I was just not, I can't lie. I'm full, like, how do you say it?
Taking accountability.
I was not as good as I should have been, but I did have a good heart, it's just I had terrible guidance. And yeah, I did that. I left school. I did not, well, I got arrested, but then, they let me go because I told them what was going on with me, and I showed them scars and, fresh stuff. And the counselor cried when she heard, because I went to her before that, and she saw, like, I was a good kid, I would make her laugh, like, and it was a new counselor too. She was really chill, and I would be late to class pretty much, and she would just speak to me. And that day I did that. I had SSL. Is that what it's called? In school,
SSI or
it's
SSL or
yeah,
whatever
something
it
like that.
was?
When you're suspended, like, in school, and you spend the day in, like, detention almost. And the reason why I had that was because I would make out with girls on the bus, and the bus driver, she did not like it. I don't know what her problem was. Like, I was in the back. I was not munching, like smacking lips, and I was not doing that. I was,
Yeah,
you know?
he was in the back of the bus.
yeah. And then, yeah, it was that girl I dated and some other, people, but
He was like,
yeah,
Don't kiss
that's
and
not good
tell.
either, because don't be a fuckboy. No, that's the worst shit. But yeah, I got in trouble for that. I charmed my way out of it because I was not good in the past. I was manipulative. I charmed my way out of it,
sly
and I
dog.
did that thing. And yeah, after that, I was waiting in the school. My dad pulled up. He was screaming. My dad's Albanian, by the way. Like, we are nice people, but it's the culture, Albanian culture. People that are Albanian would get it. And he was upset, and I don't blame him. And my mom was upset, and at that moment, I knew, like, oh my God, like, I did something terrible. Not even to myself, but to them. But at the same time, with the personal stuff I had going home that I cannot say here, I felt like, you know what? I don't even care. Like, my thought was, before I brought the knives to school, was I either, off myself, or I do this and I go to jail and I be at least safe, like, comfortable. And thankfully nothing bad like that ever happened. And, the police brought me to this place called Four Winds Mental Hospital. I was in the aggressive unit with a bunch of other people, and I don't know where it is, but it was pretty far from Monroe.
Yeah, I don't know exactly where it is too, but I know like a couple kids got sent to that
Mhm.
place. Like they would send
Yeah.
anyone to Monroe with any sort of issues to that
Mhm.
place.
Yeah.
That was like their go-to.
And after that, I was there for 2 weeks. It was interesting. I would take medication. I was mostly quiet. Like, I wasn't, because it was the aggressive unit. Some people would act out and stuff. I was quiet. I did do one thing that was pretty not that funny now, but there was like a chalkboard, and this guy thought he was Goku, and I don't know, I was just like, Goku isn't real, you know. That's all I said, and I shouldn't have said that. I feel bad now that but he was huge, like he was huger than the guy I tried to stab, you know. He was huge, and he was from the city, he was from Bronx, and he saw that. Wait, I think he used to call me Krillin. I'm pretty sure nickname for me too, like some Dragon Ball Z thing.
Everyone was a part of his like Dragon Ball universe.
And I should have left it at that, like he was having fun. But I wrote that, and nobody snitched. And he just looked at it, and he kicked the whole chalkboard. Like, imagine this is the chalkboard, I wrote it right here. He made a hole that was this big. And they dragged him away. They hit him with the booty juice, that's what you called it. You know, the thing to sedate you. And I felt pretty bad. Somebody stole my shoes there. Somebody took my t-shirt. There was what's that thing called when you steal and you like can't help it?
A kleptomaniac.
Kleptomaniac. There's somebody like that. And yeah, and there was another thing where I was sleeping and I made this friend, and he's really nice, really quiet. I made a friend there, and sadly he was getting bullied because he is gay, and he got bullied for it. And I was like, honestly, if they mess with you, literally come take whatever mattress you have and sleep like next to me, like, you know. And he did. Like, I was
it's so crazy there's a guy in there that thinks he's Goku, and they decide to bully the one who thinks he's gay. Or the one who's gay. Like, what the fuck?
He also got pretty famous on TikTok. But yeah, I was like, just put the thing on the floor, like sleep in this room, like so people don't bother you, people don't mess with you. And yeah, I just wake up in the night and they just drag him away. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And the flashlights and everything, and I'm just like, what? Like, okay. I was pissed about it. And then, but after that, I was on good behavior, and it was around Thanksgiving. It was in November. I went November 8th of 2018, and I left. I was good. I was on my good time, you know, good timing, whatever. And yeah, I got out of that. The school, I had a meeting with the school. They told me, do you want to be suspended for a year, or like, you know, I was like, might as well just drop. My dad was like, you know, just don't continue, you could always get your GD and stuff. I was like, yeah, why not? The school already put me through so much. That school is full of like racist people, homophobic people,
Monroe Woodbury,
rape, you know, like, I don't want to say that, rapists pretty much.
Bro, don't shy away.
Yeah,
not only them. Was it Monroe Woodbury, it was like the entire Orange County.
Exactly.
And it's because like it's so funny because if you look even into the politics of New York State, Orange County is the only Republican county in like its whole vicinity. Every other county in like lower New York is a blue county, progressive county, because we are near New York City. Yep. So all these counties that are at least politically open to anything that is minority, LGBT, X, Y, and Z, whatever the fuck, like, you know, that wasn't Orange County. Orange County is full of fucking racist, homophobic, misogynistic, transphobic Republicans everywhere. Disgusting. I fucking worked at a gas station. I've seen Nazis. I've seen motherfuckers with Confederate tattoos. It's been disgusting. Go on. I'm sorry. I had to add on to that.
No, that's completely fine.
And these are the people that raised the kids that we went to school with, and those kids would spit all the same rhetoric. They would be all the same types of racist. And then you had the little rapey kids that would fucking like get girls mad fucking high and like fondle them under the bleachers and shit. Like, what the fuck was going on in Monroe Woodbury?
Clue. And before that, I was like, in Brooklyn, I was kind of a class clown, you know. I would make everybody laugh. I was mad chill with everybody in middle school. As soon as I went the first day of Monroe, did not speak. I completely changed. I didn't speak to nobody. I saw what was going on. I felt the vibe, you know. You could feel it in that school, like something.
Bro, you want to know what my introduction to that school was? And I don't even talk about high school for real because like I don't remember like 95% of it.
Yeah.
But how I was introduced to that fucking school, you know, I came from the Bronx, 14 years old. I'm upstate. So I went like 8th grade. I finished 8th grade in the Bronx, and started middle school.
Basically like me.
Or started high school in Monroe.
8th grade, and then, basically same thing.
Yo, bro, in my dynamic, like, I was like, I don't know. I was a weird little, like, wannabe like white kid in the Bronx. Like I was like a little weird like 21 Pilot kid. Like everyone's into fucking A Boogie and da da da. I don't want to be like them. I want to be different. Bro, I got moved upstate and like I did the same thing as you. Like completely isolated, quiet myself down. I kind of thought I was hot shit because I was from the Bronx. I'm like, you know what? Let me show you motherfuckers how Bronx motherfuckers do it. Da da da.
I was basically showing Brooklyn, but not in the best way.
Bro, and
they
then,
deserved
like,
it. People deserved it. But.
Well, I started going in like October, bro. That kid killed himself in like November.
Yeah, I don't want to name drop, but I know exactly what you're talking about. And that was an interesting time. People were crying. People were, I don't blame them. But then it was people that, because I heard he was bullied. I don't really know what the true thing was. But they had counselors around, people to speak to. And then there was people that I heard from other people. They were like, this person never spoke to him. Like, why are they,
Yo,
and
a
they
lot
were
of
like, I
motherfuckers being
loved him.
performative.
He was my, best friend. I was like, okay. But it was sad, it's really sad when somebody dies at such a young age,
Bro, him and Lil Peep died the same day.
Exact same, yep.
And I remember that.
But I think it was a year before. Was it?
No, it was.
It was the same day.
Exact
I was in
day.
acting class. He is so right.
Bro, I remember being on the school bus reading that Lil Peep died because I was looking at type beats. I was looking at type beats, and in the description of the type beat, it was like R.I.P. Peep. I'm like, bro, what the fuck? I go realize Pete died. I go to school, everybody's crying. I'm thinking, and it's because some other I was miserable. I was miserable. I was like, I have no friends. Everyone here is miserable. That's why they're. It's such to say, like,
we're just like fuck everybody,
Bro, I was
on the same timing.
I was a nasty kid. I was like, yo, bro, everyone here must be miserable because this kid fucking killed himself, and that was fucked up of me to say, but like, bro, that's really how I felt.
Yeah.
And like, I was scared. I'm like, yo, where am I to wear this shit? Because in the Bronx, you don't hear shit like that.
Yeah.
Like, like people kind of like are told that depression isn't real. Move on.
Yeah, basically Albanian culture as well. If you have depression, you're like, be tough.
It's like you're sad, be happy.
Yeah.
Go along.
And like people know what I went through, and they, Speaking of, I don't want to get off topic. I'm gonna get right back on topic after. After I did what I did in school, people thought that I did it because a girl broke up with me. Literally, I didn't even say why, or why I did that, or but I don't know. People were like, he's a psychopath, sociopath, and I was just hurt. Like family members, and I was a nice kid, but I had no guidance. I gave them a chance. Like I still spoke to them and stuff. I still hung out with them, and it was the people closest to me. Like I grew up with them as a baby, saying this stuff about me, and that's when like something flipped in my head. I was like, everyone's fucking terrible. Like kids that I was pretty. Like high schoolers I was pretty close with back then, like friends, completely cut me off. Everybody cut me off.
Yo, bro,
And then I met Mikey after.
Yo, bro, God
put it together.
Fucking praise Allah, bro, for real. But before I go on, like, yo, when I first before I knew you, when I was in Monroe. Like, bro, like, or, like, when I just knew you and whatever, and, like, I was cool with you or whatever, like, bro, like, people, like, I never spoke to anyone directly that ever said anything about you, but, like, people, like, I don't know how the fuck, like, whether I heard someone saying some shit, or, like, not hearing people directly, but, like, hearing people talk about what other people were saying, like, bro, people, like, outcasted you completely, like, once, like, whatever happened, it was, like,
and they knew, like, they knew what happened, and the guy was completely fine, and you know why? You go to upstate or Monroe or whatever, Newburgh, whatever, anywhere, and if your parents do not know their parents, and they're not like,
bro, everyone's like
that is why they do what the fuck that they do, all that bad shit, because they're friends. Their parents are friends with the school administrators. What I mean? They're
favoritism in that, like not to be
grew up in the city,
not
so
to be
like,
20-year-olds still talking about high school right now, but like, bro, there was such weird favorites, like, and it's not even only Monroe. Like, I feel like this is probably like any suburban, primarily white high school.
Yeah.
There's such weird favoritism. If you're an athlete, you're favorited. If you're in the military program, you're favorited. If you're whatever, wrestling, football, basketball, you're favorited. If your parents are a part of the PTA or whatever the fuck, you're favorited. If your fucking mom's a fucking lunch lady, you're favorited. Bro, they do not like city kids, though. I remember, like, being from the Bronx, and they were like, have you ever seen anyone get stabbed? Have you ever stabbed anybody? Some kid didn't know what Central Park was one time in earth science class. It was crazy.
It's insane. But pretty much, to go along with that, like, you have to be connected. I grew up an Albanian Muslim. My parents, they came here because of war in Kosovo. I lost relatives because of it from my mom's side. My dad's side was in a different part. Like, he was And yeah, my parents came here. They lost one son that had my name. You know, like Euron. My name's Euron, by the way, but it's
Shout out.
pronounced Aaron.
Shout out Euro.
And yeah, I grew up a Muslim Albanian. I didn't have no friends. Like I couldn't go to people's houses. My parents were strict. I could not go to nobody's house. I could not go out barely. Like only with them I could go somewhere till I was like 16 years old. That's why I kind of like broke free and like I freed myself. But yeah, and I used to wish like you see me I'm white, right? I used to wish when I was a kid that I was like Italian, American. Like I just like wish like it was a dream of mine to be like that and go to those pool parties that they would go to in Brooklyn, and it wasn't it. But then I learned to love who I am, my culture, my religion, everything. Because, why would you want to be somebody else when you can make everything out of who you are, And you can it's just, But yeah, I had a bunch of culture clashes like am I Albanian, am I American? Like I don't know which side to go to. But I figured it out over the years, like I learned, and yeah. And Norue is my name backwards. A lot of people don't know that, but yep.
That's the name.
Yep.
That's the name. And like, it was just as simple as that. It was like, yo, I want to start making music, and it was like, I need a name, and it was just like,
Yeah. Oh, first it was Lil Euron. Then it was Euron. No, the first ever name when I was like 14, E-Codeine.
E-Codeine. I was waiting for you to say it.
E-Codeine, then Lil Euron. And when I was Lil Euron, I went on Lil Tracy's live. And I basically said something about Peep. And he just got mad at me. He's like, look at you fucking Lil Euron, urine motherfucker. Like, I was like, whoa, buddy.
He was like, I have to change
Lil
my
Tracy
name.
made me change my name to Norue. And yeah, I was Norue. I would ask people in Monroe that made music, hey, can I make music with you? Like, they're just like, nah, like you're like you don't have nothing. I was like, okay, whatever. I would make songs. Lo-fi was my first ever genre that I did. Well, not really. It was like dark rap in Brooklyn, like emo-ish kind of rap, but kind of like what X was doing, because I loved X in Brooklyn. Like growing up in middle school, I loved X completely. And then I found out. But yeah, I liked X a lot, and then yeah, I did that, but I never released music. It was just like something I had saved. And pretty much, what was I saying? I forgot. Yeah, my name. So I changed my name to Norue. I made music. People didn't want to make music with me because they were a little bit better known. And then I met.
It's so funny that motherfuckers anywhere, but like, motherfuckers being like, oh, you can't collab with me. You have no followers.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, it's so funny because like people, like even in like people in Monroe, it's like, who the fuck is relevant now from any of these places? Like, I remember kids that I went to middle school with, high school with, and it's like, where the fuck are any of y'all now?
Yeah.
To be talking that shit then.
Exactly.
For real.
And then over time, I met Mikey, and I wished I met him in school.
Bro, it was so.
I met them in school. My bad. I wish, but it just didn't. It just didn't work. I don't know why.
Bro,
like,
it was
how?
so weird. We missed each other by this much. It was like you fucking got like shunned from Monroe, and that was like I had like just like got wind of you by like 2019.
Yeah.
I had just got wind of you, and then we were just like internet mutuals.
Yeah. It was somebody else as well, but I don't know. And it was Kill Fiji as well. And Kill Fiji also went to the school that we went to, and it was just 3 of us making songs. We just had fun, and then over time, something started to happen with me. Things started to grow and grow, and they were there to see it. And it was just insane. Like, I was like, what is going on? Like, how is this happening? And that's when I figured out how to layer tracks. And I made music on my iPhone with Apple headphones. I still do now, but I will change. And some people like tell me it sounds like you're doing it in a studio, like, whoa.
Bro, your music has always been like real. Like number one,
but kind of you could tell the quality's not that great. But
I wanted to say that, like, bro, that time was so cool because like I wasn't doing anything musically. Like I started making music in 2017, and then I stopped, and then I just wanted to start again. And then when I saw like when you and Fiji did Chance to Be or whatever, I thought that was like fucking cool because like it did really well.
Yeah, I was surprised. I made that song in Upstate pretty much.
Yeah.
At my cousin's house, I'm like, I'm gonna make a song, Sent it to Kill Fiji. I showed them how to kind of mix it, but I think they knew a bit. And then I don't know. My mix didn't turn out that great after, but I don't blame them because it was their first song. I don't think I mixed it like that myself, but it's alright. The song blew up. It was amazing. It was a great time, and then we just got closer, three of us, and we met a bunch more people. 2003, shout out 2003.
Bro, you did a lot of the fucking networking, bro. Like, it would be like a random fucking weekday or whatever.
Yeah.
And this motherfucker would be a part of a new collective out of
Yeah.
nowhere, and there'd be like
It's
8
just-
new motherfuckers that we all
yeah.
knew now. Like,
Yeah, like Novich, shout out 2003, shout out Focus, shout out Shallow. Like, it was just a whole thing. And
Bro.
I cannot lie, I was not that much of a great person, and there's no excuse for it. No excuse. I had a little bit of an ego, and I would not treat Mikey that well and them that well because I was not that close with them. But at the same time, they were really good to me, like the best, and still are. Like, I'm grateful, you know, because eventually over time, that ego, I realized something's not right. Like, I don't know, it just got so bad. I was like, fuck everything. Like, I'm fixing myself. Like, I'm taking as many months or year or whatever. I was in Europe. I'm isolating myself. We all had like a big fallout. I cannot lie. And at that time, I was just like, the storm passed, and then I just had to see myself, like who I really was and how I treated people, you know. And I had to like, it was a hard battle. I cannot lie. It was a hard battle, but I had to do it for the people that, you know, showed love to me, and it had to happen. You know, it's like God's divine timing. You know.
yeah, man. And I mean, like, it was
No.
all pretty chill. Like, I don't even think you like wilded out too much. It was just like real like herd mentality, like, in the sense like we had the fucking collective and shit like that, and all of it like to me was like pointless. Like, I really wish that we never even like had a falling out over anything, because that collective fucking failed on its own anyway. Like,
but,
you know, so it was just like
it was a cool collective, and maybe it just had to happen for some. Because imagine if nothing ever happened, and it just continued to become worse and worse, and I would never want to see who I could have become. But I thank God that things happened, the good, the bad, you know, in between. Everything happened for me to get where I am right now, and appreciate the people in my life, appreciate Mikey, appreciate everybody. And,
Bro,
you know, yeah.
You're a real motherfucker, man. Like,
So are you.
thank you. Like, bro, through it all or whatever, like, we've had falling outs and times where, or like, we had one falling out, and we had times where we just weren't like, we wouldn't talk or like frequently talk to each other, whatever. We just had different things going on, and like, it's just cool that we come back around, and like, even like now, like, even in this whole New York scene, bro, like, now that you're back, you are what I have to call a friend in the New York music scene. Like,
you are a friend.
I have friends.
You go way back. Yep.
I have friends in the New York music scene or whatever. There's Indigo and Tier and people like that. But like, you and I.
Shout out Indigo. Shout out Tier.
But you and I go back like before anyone, before
everything.
I was even Mikeymcchoppa, bro. Like, I think like Mikey fucking McSync or whatever, like, or I had like,
no clue.
or I might have just.
I think you were Mikeymcchoppa. I reached out to Mikey because I was going on Instagram and I found Mikey's profile.
Bro,
This guy's insanely cool, like, or this person's insanely cool because the style, the swag, everything. I was
bro,
like,
and I was barely
whoa.
doing anything. I had just changed to Mikeymcchoppa. You're right. Like, I had just changed my name, but I wasn't doing anything. Like, my swag was like, I was just finding out like what my swag was.
But that was like so unheard of in Monroe, and when I found out that Mikey was in Monroe, and you know, experimenting, and I saw the spider in the bio, I was like, yeah, I know this person's cool.
Yo,
and I
bro.
reached out. I was like, yeah, let's make music. We made Facade that I'm gonna bring back.
Facade.
Yeah. Oh my God, the memories.
Bro, that was legendary. Like, I remember like eyeballing you, being like, yo, bro, I want to make music with this kid. Like, and it was also like, and also with Fiji there too. Like, I wanted to make music with Fiji, and I wanted to make music with you guys. Were the only two people I knew that were fucking making music at the time. There was other people, but it was like they were. The only other person I fucking remember from high school making music was like the most Hollywood motherfucker ever. So it wasn't really easily approachable at all.
And I think that person is also in New York City now. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. I've heard. Kudos to them. I've seen them doing their thing. Good for you.
Yeah.
You know, but like beyond that, it's just like
we all shine one day and we all fall one day. It depends what you do and how you treat people. And that person, from what I heard from, in my own experience, was not that great of a person. I don't know. People change, but you know, continue.
You know, but like. Not even to like talk dirt, but like for real, what was I gonna say? Yeah, were you two most making music, and were you like I was eyeballing you, and I saw what you were doing, and you had, bro, and we were starting up again at the same time. Like, you told me you were making music and you deleted everything, and I told you I made music and I deleted everything, or I had like a
perfect
fringe of a song out. and we made Facade, and that shit was dope. That was like
that's my favorite. Even now, it's my favorite song because before that, like I did not go hard with music. Like I was scared to sing. That song I sang and I loved it. I loved Mikey's part. It just goes together so well. Most of the songs that we did just go together like, insanely well.
And I didn't know what I was doing. Like that was my first time.
Honestly, me neither, but we made it work,
Yo, I think that was my first time using Logic. That was like my first time using Logic. I didn't know how to layer my vocals, so that was just one vocal take. I don't even know how I made it sound good. Yo, that shit was so crazy, and that was also my first song to make me be like, oh, I want to do this shit. Like, I want to make a little internet presence, and like I saw that it was possible because I saw you were getting numbers and shit like that, and I was like, bro.
That was in like the early beginning when I had like 200 followers. I'm pretty sure, but when I made that, it felt like I had like 100,000 just because of the energy of the song. Like I love that song. I always think about it. I want to bring it back. I cannot wait. We'll definitely make some new stuff too, so look forward to it.
Oh my god, bro, honestly.
And like mix it kind of like the plan, like mix the old with the new, kind of what I said.
Any fucking new stuff that we make is gonna make our old stuff look like old stuff is like awesome. Like I listen to our old collabs all the time because like they're number one nostalgic, and two, like they're like something like they give me the same feeling that like old underground songs from like 2016 give me. Like they give me that same warm feeling of like this was like the early days, you know. We're gonna make so much good new shit together, bro. It's gonna be so
it's
fire.
Just out from here. There's no going back, I always felt like I have no choice but to...
And we were kids.
Yeah, exactly.
We were kids.
Like 16, 15.
We were like 16, 15. Now we're like adults.
In our rooms, and shout out to Lil Peep for doing the same thing. I was pretty much really influenced by Lil Peep. Still am, but I found a bunch more artists. I was influenced by X, Lil Peep, Team Sesh, Ghost Main, Suicide Boys, all that. You could pretty much hear it. But I never wanted to be like a insanely like wannabe. Like I never wanted to be a wannabe. But
always an individual, bro.
I saw what Lil Peep went through, and I correlated the stuff with the personal life and all that, and it's just somebody that I just connected with. Like I knew, like, and I saw what Lil Peep was doing, and I had those same problems in the past, and a little now, but things got better. But yeah, shout out to Lil Peep for basically showing that even if you're in your room, even if you're using Apple headphones, snowball mic, anything, just be genuine with it. Like say what you're trying to say that people don't want to hear you say, and just be like,
this motherfucker Pete,
give a
bro,
message,
Pete and X, and like all of them were all doing the same shit all across the country. But like I like to talk about Pete because like, especially like when New York underground motherfuckers and like you and me talking about it, like Pete was like right there. Pete was over there in Long Island, so like that's like a real close to home story. And he really like made it the wave to just be in your room locked in. Like he gave kids like a work ethic, Like he gave kids like a motivation, like, and not only him, like all the SoundCloud gave kids like, bro, I did not know like what, like I wanted to be a YouTuber before I did anything music related.
I remember you telling me.
That was like my work ethic, but like once you saw like a collective and a scene and numbers,
that's when you realize like something was going on that you just want to be a part of, like you see it and you just know like this is something I want to do. I also felt I related to Lil Peep because I dropped out, things like that. No choice but to do music, and I was doing music before that, but when I found out that Lil Peep died, as we said before, I was in acting class. And my phone broke. I had this iPod Nano. I don't know if anybody remembers it.
Yeah, the iPod Nano.
It was so small, like touchscreen, and I had gym class. I had most Hellboy, Awful Things, all the old stuff. And I just found out he died, and I was like, Lil Peep died? Like, what are you talking about? And the person that told me was a piece of shit because he said, yeah, like, died from fentanyl. Like, don't you just want to take fentanyl, like, as a sand and just, like, throw it at your face sometimes? I was like, what the fuck is this guy talking about? And then I don't even know that. That's what kind of white kids were in Monroe, just the weird, insane people, but that act like they're the best. But anyways, yeah, and then after that Peep died, I was like, whoa, like I don't know. And I feel like you knew Peep before, like you saw what Peep was doing before he died, and you saw after as well, same as me.
Yeah. And
he had so much potential, like.
Bro, that's a whole can of worms to open right now. Like, bro, I done watched the fucking Peep documentary like 10 times over, And like I've read everything about the fucking record label and the collective and like what they were trying to, bro.
Yeah.
All the drama around it
All
and
that,
like
all that. We were like top detectives with that stuff. Like we would speak about it and try to figure out what was.
yo, and he had so much like potential, like because there's two ways of it. There's a lot of there's two ways of like with artists of that era. It was like a little pump.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like you go, you run your longevity as much as you can, and then that's it. You're done in like 5 years. And then there's like, I don't know. I feel like Peep, realistically speaking, because like Peep had a lot of potential, but do I think he would have like went on and like been like Grammy winning? I wouldn't limit him, but
not, but it's possible.
But it's
because
possible.
Look at MGK. Fuck MGK.
Yo, fuck MGK.
Fuck MGK. MGK, if you ever see this, but it's unlikely. But fuck you.
Bro, fuck MGK.
What you were trying to do, take Peep's swag, take everything, and just argue with GBC, like the people that were with him throughout his whole, journey.
You know what's bad?
Shit, like,
you know what's bad when MGK is riding a wave that Peep, like Peep was calling out MGK when Peep was alive.
Yeah.
Saying like, yo, you're taking my style. And that was, what, 6 years ago?
Mm-hmm.
It's been 6 years,
7
and
years.
MGK is still riding that wave like, bro, you're a fucking bozo. But beyond that, I know that Peep wanted to do like I've read like Peep wanted to do clothes and shit like that.
A bunch of
Honestly,
stuff.
personally, I think Peep would have went on to be like a Post Malone
For sure.
esque. It would have been like
Yeah.
it would have been like a big modern day rock star, but
Mhm.
probably with like more of like the edge. Cause like I feel like Post Malone has like that country rock star, like 70s rock star vibe that like they try to put on him. I think Peep would have been packaged and put out there as like the new punk,
Yeah.
you know? And
Peep was really woke. Like Peep said things that no other rapper would say at the time, and would be very supportive of people and everybody and just everything, and his family as well. I think his grandfather was
his like family
like,
is like
they
all
go-
a bunch of far leftists or like
Yeah.
communists.
Mhm.
His like grandfather.
Shout out to them. Peep's grandma follows me, which is pretty cool. I
That's
was
fire.
like hyped when I found out, and yeah.
That's fire. With fucking, I think like Peep's grandfather like helped in like the Mexican Revolution or some shit, or like some sort of revolution over there.
Yeah.
So I think that's really cool, and like I think there's like a whole theory that he died
Yeah, I
because
don't
of his
wanna-
family, like
get
because his
into
family
a
was like
conspiracy
leftist.
theory or anything, but it could be possible. Things with the manager, everybody knows. I'm not gonna say too much because there's a case going on. I heard, and I hope his mom and his family get the closure and so things that they need. Because nothing can bring him back, sadly. But just to keep his name alive and all that.
You know that motherfucker was influential when, like, obviously if he was alive, like I think Peep would have like you know how we have such a heavy underground New York scene and like such a heavy alternative New York underground
Yeah.
scene, and I know like a lot of the motherfuckers that run the shows over here are like directly inspired by Peep
Yep.
or like were
Yep.
directly inspired by like GBC emo rap.
Mhm.
And like if these motherfuckers were that influential, like cuz GBC was like completely underground.
Yeah.
Peep blew up, they came up with him, and then Peep died like right after.
Yeah.
So if there was that much influence to where we have an active scene in New York today, because like we always have some sort of alternative scene, whether it's like metalheads or fucking punks or whatever, but we have a specific SoundCloud like electronic alternative scene, and it was definitely because of motherfuckers like Lil Peep.
Lil Peep.
And if he was alive, if he lived, if he continued on, I feel like we would have had like even more of a scene over here, even more people
Everything.
here. Like it could have been like another movement. It could have been a sub movement. Because once you have one big movement, like let's say like for example, the hippie movement in the 60s.
Yeah.
It eventually led to fucking people going and experimenting and making harder forms of rock, and then you get like the punk shit, and then that goes and it becomes grunge, and who's to say that we wouldn't have had SoundCloud and then it turned into another form of subgenre alternative music that we would have got from Peep or from GBC, and we would have fit even into.
Yeah.
I mean, we got hyper pop and we got stuff like that, but
I assume that it's not really. I don't know. I feel like I've heard a lot of people say that hyperpop is not really what it was like a year ago, and it's like dying down. And people said that about emo rap as well. Emo rap, what they say, but there's not really a genre to it. It's just our music, our scene.
People have like an ever changing idea of what either of those are. Like I've heard people call like like stuff in 2017 emo rap, and then they'll call stuff emo rap now, and they're two different things. Same thing with hyperpop. What hyperpop was in 2020 is not hyperpop now.
Yeah, it's not.
Two different things.
It's mostly like scene. Now it's like scene core or witch house scene core. Like I've heard like just something core. Like I've heard a lot of subgenres based off of hyperpop that are pretty cool. I can't lie. It's like a mix of things, and people are doing their own thing. It's pretty cool. I know a couple.
Pretty cool. And then there's a lot of kids that just want to be like Cemetery, or they still want to be Lil Peep, and they're just like mixing like all these like fucking modern sounds and trying to make something, and it's like. But there's a lot of people that are doing really cool shit. Exactly.
Yeah.
Like
and there's also some people, not gonna name drop, but that mix the exact same as Lil Peep, exact same, have the exact same microphone, got really known because of it. Name starts with the S. Did that and then was like, fuck everybody, fuck emo rap, fuck everything. I'm gonna do rock or punk. I think you know exactly who I'm talking about.
I think so. Did I meet him like one of the last times that we hung out?
I was going to make a song with this person and they completely ghosted me. So I'm not really that butthurt about it because the downfall happened on its own. But yeah.
I never heard of this kid. That's crazy though.
Yeah. And I heard that they were. I don't know how old they were when they dated this person, but the person was 17, I think, and they were a little bit older. But anyways, there's people like that out there that just want to have what Peep had, and not for the love of music, not for just to,
just for also.
And at a certain point, it becomes like, get help, like you're doing the same mannerisms, hand stuff. I understand influence, and I understand, like I know a bunch of people. Me and Mikey know some people. One person that I'm cool with now that would make TikToks exact same hand style, like singing Lil Peep covers. And it's like, it was like
there's
shocking to me.
There's a lot of like weird TikTok chronically online motherfuckers that like study Lil Peep.
Get the same exact tattoos.
They'll fucking get the same tattoos, dye their hair the same way, move their hands in the same shit, speech patterns the same exact way. Like, bro, be you. Be an individual, please. Oh my god. I remember literally when I remember Lil Peep died, and like one of my relatives that wasn't ever like tapped into the emo shit or whatever, they were like, yo, that motherfucker died, you gotta do that shit now, like, cause I was trying to make emo rap or whatever. He was like, you do that shit now, you gotta be the new Lil Peep. And even then, with that sentiment being uttered in my direction, I still am forever myself and forever trying to do my own thing. People are so easily impressionable. That's
just not open-minded at all, some people. But people will call me, like, some relatives and stuff, they will just be like, oh, Albanian Lil Peep, like, what? Like, what? I don't know. And then it's just funny, but back to the topic, like, the wannabes, can you just imagine what, like, Nedarb and Fishnark, and, like, I know Fishnark doesn't really, feel a sour way to people having influence, but that's influence. I don't know how Fishnark or Nedarb or them would feel about people completely copying, but I'm sure they do not feel good about it because that was their friend.
I mean, even like...
I don't think nobody would like somebody copying them.
I mean, being a fan of people like Nedarb and Fishnark and stuff like that, like, I've watched their work, and, like, everyone tended to move away from emo rap after Peep died. Everyone eventually went and did their own shit. Like, if you listen to Designer Talk by Tracy, or if you listen to Fishnark's, any of Fishnark's projects or whatever, none of it's emo rap. It's all, like, either some authentic hip-hop rap trap shit or some authentic real punk shit. Like, like, they all do their own styles, and I feel like people who are like direct copies still of Peep or of emo rap, like, I feel like anyone who was a part of that scene would look at someone like that now and just be like, you're holding on to a dying thing. You're holding on to nothing, or even like these TikTok kids nowadays that are like alt now. It's like these kids are just bringing back things that already died. So you're pretty much bringing things back with no longevity. Including music.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm not like saying this in a way to like judge anyone, but I'm saying in a way as if you do that intentionally, try to copy someone step by step, like, I hope you one day could really find yourself. And just, I feel like self-love, like, it's mostly, because I know some people do it because they do not like who they are, but I promise you, you are enough. Anybody watching this, who you are enough.
There's a lot of people too that probably just like do music and like just copy and like want to be Yeet or want to be Lil Peep or some shit. and then they like grow up and they actually go get a job or go to school and they just like live a regular life and they're like,
Yep.
yeah, I used to do music back in my day, and they were
Yeah.
just like someone who was just copying. You know, you just need the NPCs of every group. So it's like, oh yeah, we have this artsy demographic of people, individuals. You still have to have your NPCs.
Yeah.
Music NPCs.
Yeah. It's just it just happens, you know, when something good is going on, there's always going to be a few people trying to get into that and mess it up unintentionally, maybe intentionally, but there's a few people like that. And it just happens, you know, you just got to
Getting back on track now,
Yeah.
after the long tangent of us and our everlasting convos,
Yeah.
which is
We have
how
so
I
much to
love to do
talk
the
about,
pod.
yeah.
Yeah. This is our bro, for anyone watching the camera, this is like our first time catching up since I saw
Yeah.
you
Mhm.
summer
In
2022.
Yep.
And before then, we really never had a formal
Yeah.
hangout at all.
Honestly, yeah.
Literally.
But it's going great. Like, I feel like our energies are so, you know.
Here.
Yeah.
And with that being said, you mentioned it slightly before, and that's kind of how we got into the topic of Lil Peep. But I just want you to elaborate and talk a little bit more about inspirations, musical inspirations, things
yeah.
that just like influence the Norue sound.
Yeah, I've watched your podcast and I know that's something you do. And I was like, you know, I was expecting that. So.
You're on the. I feel like what happens is too is like people watch the pod so they know
Mhm.
what to expect, so people like get ahead of the questions.
Yeah, yeah. But honestly, I had nothing prepared, but I'm just going to go.
Bang.
X was first. XXX Tentacion was the first one. And then I just didn't relate to X. And then Lil Peep. And I love Lil Peep. I still do. I love Lil Peep's music. It's great. But I don't listen to it as much. I can't lie. But sometimes when I go back and listen, it's like nostalgic.
That new OG version of
Yeah.
the "Come Over When You're Sober" Part 2
It's
came
amazing.
out, and like I played it, and I don't know, man. Like what happens with me is like I grow out of music, like music like that. Like I grew out of it, and now I put it on. I kind of get like nauseous, and it's like
Really?
I think it's just
Brings
like
back memories, definitely.
no, not even for me. Like I have no memories with any of Lil Peep's music. Like all
Yeah.
of that stuff was just me. Like I mean, besides just me being depressed in my room wanting to
Mhm.
make music, but like I get nauseous because it's like it's so like it's from a time where everyone, all the people who were enjoying that music, including myself, when they were enjoying it, was depressed when they were
Yeah.
enjoying it. That's
Yeah,
why it was so
definitely,
good.
definitely.
I'm in a better, more mature, grown part of my life now, to where I play that and I kind of just like I feel like low vibrational.
Yeah, I feel that.
So I can't listen to Lil Peep's music
Yeah.
that much. Not to ramble.
Mhm.
Continue.
And no, it's completely fine. Like, your valid points. Trust me. That's exactly how I feel. Exactly. But yeah, pretty much I feel the exact same way. Like, back then, certain times when I would listen to Lil Peep's music, I was not doing too well. And now I'm doing a little bit better, and I have my own thing going on. Like, it's not as bad as it used to be. Still love Lil Peep, amazing music, but just, you know, listen to some other people as well. Some of my friends mostly. And Team Sesh too. And yeah, Team Sesh is also a major influence.
Hell yeah.
And Ghost Main, Suicide Boys. If we want to get back in time, Blink 182, Panic at the Disco, Pierce the Veil. But the first rap artist I ever found was Future, and I loved Future when I was 12 years old. I loved Future. I don't know. I was
Future's
here in
fire.
Brooklyn. I loved Future. Then I found Chief Keef. Then that like opened me up to rap and everything.
Bro.
Cause my parents didn't listen to rap. You know, they're Albanian parents. They have accents. They're not originally from here. So yeah, I found rap and I just loved it, pretty much.
Hell yeah.
And then
You have
other genres.
You have a good lineup. Obviously, I know there's a lot of SoundCloud shit in there, like knowing damn well where we came up and stuff. But Future, bro, like, I feel you. Like, I've never been like, I mean, growing up in the Bronx, obviously we have a lot of hip hop and shit. But I grew up in the Bronx until what, fucking 14 years. A lot of hip hop, like DMX and shit like that. But bro, Future is wavy as fuck. Future
Yeah.
got me back into like modern day
Yeah.
like trap shit. Future, Young Thug.
Yeah.
I fuck
Bunch
with
of them, all of them. Like, I can't name everything off the top of my head, but pretty much, yeah. Future, Young Thug. I forgot what that person's name was, but oh yeah, versus the Kid. That was later on. There was somebody that made a song.
Oh yeah.
I'm just trying to find it. My fault.
No worries. We be having our moments. We're here.
No, not this.
Co HQ. People listening, people watching, YouTube, SoundCloud, Apple, Spotify. Rambling, Mikeymcchoppa, Norue, 2023.
Yeah.
Happy New Year. Yo, bro, this year is going by quick, bro.
Rich Homie Quan. I don't know if anybody remembers Rich Homie Quan.
Rich
Yeah.
Homie Quan was fucking
Yeah, I don't know what happened to Rich Homie Quan after, but yeah. And other influences, I just can't name it off the top of my head, but yeah, pretty much. My friends as well. I'm just gonna name some of my friends. Infinity is Dead. 2003. Like, I'm inspired by everyone around me. Like, everything I see and know. Inspired by Mikey.
I gotta ask you, now, like, you know what? As this is like personal, as your friend, I gotta ask you, like, bro, all of our music, all of our years making music and like making different friends and shit, like, bro, how did you fucking network into Shiver Set? How did you fucking meet all these people? How did like
Honestly,
how did
feel like-
Norue become such a great networker?
Honestly, I feel like it all happened like it was like a higher power put things together, you know? It's like I had no idea. I just met this person. Met Mikey first. Okay, Mikey's amazing. Met Kilfiji after. From both of them, made more music. 2003 commented on one of my posts. Was like, let's make a song. I'm like, who's 2003? I speak to them about it. And I was like, you know what? Let me check out the songs. I like the songs a lot. Then I met Novid after that, which I think wasn't Novid.
I don't know.
When I met Novid. But, yeah,
did
I met
Novid
them.
ever have a different name besides Novid?
I'm not sure, but I think Nova didn't even rap. It was just a friend of
okay.
2003, and then eventually started rapping. But yeah, I met
Shout out
them.
Novid.
But I'm pretty sure I met Infinity. Infinity is Dead before I met 2003 and Novid because I was on Infinity's SoundCloud radio, I think. And Infinity was like, "Yo, your songs are cool and everything." I was like, "Thank you so much. Like, your songs are amazing as well." We made a couple bangers, Starberry Switchblades. You can find it on the archive. I Pity You, stuff like that I will be bringing back as well.
Banger. Strawberry
And I have-
Switchblade was so fire.
Yeah, it was. I don't know. Like, everybody loved it, and it's just, I think, yeah, it was just it was 10 layers of my normal voice. I didn't really do high pitch, low pitch. It was just me, you know, singing, and the mix was pretty good. I can't replicate it. I don't even think I could replicate what I did. I just forgot, but yeah, I met Infinity after that, and then everybody just started meeting everybody. Then I met Focus because Focus saw one of my comments on a song. Met Focus and Shallow from that way, and then they met them, and then everybody just met each other.
And mingled.
Yeah, over time.
I joined fucking Shiver Set because I forgot how the fuck
This
I even
one
got
person,
in that mess.
I think Young Romeo or something.
Young Romeo.
Well, that person, the same person that made it was the same person that messed it up. It was like
Bro,
an ego thing, and
I'm
something
not
was
even
up.
gonna fucking like entertain the bullshit. I joined that shit because you were a part of it.
Yeah.
I knew some of like an inkling of the other people that were a part of it. I got
Yeah.
cool with like 20 and Novid and you know, we all eventually did our own thing and did our own shit. But bro, I joined the collective and within one day the collective disbanded.
It
And it was
collapsed.
because fucking Young Romeo, thank you for finally reminding me of his fucking name. It's been years. And the motherfucker was just like what he said, like Slashy or like Devin or somebody. He was like calling someone ass cheeks booty for no reason. And his
that has
he
to be like
didn't
envy.
even have any music out, and his music that he did have out was bad.
Yeah, it wasn't, you know, what we had. It's not, I'm not saying this with any ego, but it was just for somebody to speak like that and then talk shit about us, you know, when their music's
Yeah.
But it's not.
At least, like, if he's good now,
Yeah.
good for him. Kudos to whatever you're doing now. Bro, you were asked then, and you had no reason to be talking about anyone being asked then. Because, bro, Slashy and you did that song together then, and that shit was fire. The No Love or whatever
It was No
called.
Love, and then I made Take Me Home.
Yeah.
With 2003 and produced by Willie G. Shout out Willie G.
Shout out Willie G.
Yeah.
I've been trying to get him on the pod.
Yeah. I tried, you know, I never really got close to Willie G, but I know 2003 is pretty close. Infinity is really close. I think they live together. Shout out to them.
Wow.
And I had a few songs produced by Willie G, Eternal Bliss and Take Me Home, both my favorites. And Willie G is like really known like in the underground for making songs for numerous amount of people and just
reputable fucking producer, man.
Yeah.
How old is Willie? Do we know?
I have no clue.
Cause like I always get weird, like not weirded out, but like it always like weirds me out because like people be like, yeah, like, or like people will have collaborations, like for example, like the Trompster will have collaborations with people like Suicide Boys and Peep and stuff like that.
Also,
and I'm like, bro, I didn't even have hair on my nuts when you guys were when these people were dropping music. Like I was 14 when Peep died, when the SoundCloud scene was over.
I was 15.
So how old were you motherfuckers, and how old are you guys now? Because now these motherfuckers are like 25.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
And older.
Yeah, I met Trompster from a friend named Young Bob. Shout out Young Bob. And I can't lie, Young Bob found me from a song called 17 that everybody loved, and I deleted.
Yo, I'm so glad that you mentioned that, because I'm going to ask you about that, but continue.
Yeah, from a song that I deleted, Young Bob liked my stuff, but now it goes by Sideshow and Young Bob, kind of. And yeah, I was like, that's dope. And then I made this song. I'm going to actually bring up the song and stuff, because I feel like you're going to ask me about it. And I met Trompster from Young Bob, and Trompster's really, really insanely good person, and I want the best for Trompster. I want the best for everybody. And I did a song with Trompster called Castaway. I performed it live for the first time. And yeah, Trompster I think started pretty young, like 15.
He did.
Made really the Suicide Boys song at 15, and people were like being insanely rude to him in the comments, like I saw, and he was like 15 years old. Like, give him a break. I feel like that's just jealousy because they couldn't get a Suicide Boys song. Right. Made a song with Lil Peep as well tonight, and I assume it's from NetArb, because NetArb follows Trompster, and yeah, bro, it's pretty sick.
I interviewed the Trompster, and then I found out afterwards that he was on that song. Yeah. And I listened to the one with all of them on it, right? With fucking, is it called Tonight, or is it Operation Love or some shit?
Oh yeah. Well, somebody dropped it again, because people do this. They remove everybody and just make Lil Peep on his own. But
they remove all the features.
Operation Love. It was called Operation Love, but they called it Tonight when they redid it.
Yeah, bro, I had that song on repeat on my SoundCloud like early. You know, like early as I found Peep, I knew that song, and it's so crazy that he was on that song as J Trauma, and he told me his name was J Trauma. I knew of the Suicide Boys feature. I didn't know the Peep feature by name, even though I knew his song since I was 14, and I feel so upset that I didn't get to ask him about it.
Yeah, but it's alright, you know. Trompster came a long way. You should listen to Trompster's music if you haven't. It's fire.
Shout out Trompster.
And yeah, I don't really try to hold Trompster to that, like just made a song with Lil Peep or Suicide Boys. Like, I see Trompster as a good person and a great artist. And yeah,
bro, he's a really fucking
the real
consistent
ones know that too. Like, the real ones know, you know.
He's a real consistent artist. He puts project out after project out, music videos.
Yeah, a bunch of songs. Like,
he'd be experimenting with vocals, experimenting with production. He has like one of the most charismatic like fucking auras about him, like with the whole like wrestler Trompster thing. I think it's so cool. Shout out Trompster.
And yeah, I think you wanted to ask me something about Young Bob, Sideshow.
You brought up Sideshow, and he found you through 17.
Yeah.
And I wanted to ask you, because I specifically remember the day or the morning you dropped 17 or whatever the fuck. I was on the way to fucking school.
Yeah.
It was like 6 in the morning. It was pitch black outside, cold ass school bus, and I had my earbuds in, fucking bumping 17.
Mikey was the first person to comment, and when I remastered it to Skeleton, first person to comment.
Yeah, buddy, I was first on that shit. That was crazy.
True friend.
Fucking history. And I just want to ask, like, I mean, I already know the story, but for the sake of the record, for the sake of Norue here being interviewed, because you know what? You've accumulated a good following. People love you. People fucking repost your stuff. There's no behind-the-scenes stuff about you. You're very, very, what's the word? Like, I'm mysterious.
Yeah. So, I don't really... This is my first interview ever. Remember, I did only one show. Music video I kept up for like a month. Like, it's something that I always wished I could have done back then. Like, just took it serious, you know, let everybody know who I am, because I feel like there's so many misconceptions, like even with some people that I speak to now and I've met along the way, because of sour moments that I've had, because of things I've dealt with, you know. No excuses though. And I just feel like some people just don't think I changed, you know, like, and honestly it came to a point where I was just like, if they know or don't know, or if they care or don't care, it's up to them, you know. I'm not gonna let it bring me down, but I love everybody, you know. I want everybody to do good, and yeah, pretty much that.
Hell yeah. With 17, just talk about the creation of that.
Okay.
And all that stuff.
I made it in a closet. I made it in a closet with Apple headphones.
Dude, you had a phone charger by any way?
Yeah, I just don't have the cube. It's the lightning fast one.
I'm
not sure if I have the cube. It might work?
Because I don't
There,
have
I'm
the
not
cube
sure.
either. Or I might. Let me see.
Check that cube by the fan? I'm not
Oh,
sure.
shit.
Yeah.
I never plugged that in. That's so lit.
I got this charger in Europe.
Oh,
But it
shit.
works. It works.
Awesome. Here, so then
Charges
plug
fast.
that shit behind you.
Oh, man. It's not the same cube.
Oh, okay. So then I'll get my charger.
All right, bet.
Don't worry. So you know what? Since I know this story, continue
I'm
speaking,
just continue.
and I'll be back.
Okay. Ready? Let's go. I'm just waiting for Mikey to pass.
There we go.
When I made 17, it was one of the first songs that I ever. I used to layer, but it's the first song I ever layered a numerous amount of times, more than 5. And I did high vocals for it, low vocals, and I spent 1 week mixing it because I didn't know what I was doing, you know. And the beat, I love the beat. I did not buy the beat, sadly. I didn't buy the beat. But yeah, I made the song. I mixed it for a week. I almost deleted it because of how frustrated I was that I could not, you know, I could not mix it. And then eventually I figured it out. I dropped it. And yeah, people loved it. It started popping off. I was like, yo, what's going on? Like,
Oh, we good? Yeah, I'm good.
yeah. Oh, where's the cue now?
Oh, shit.
Uh-oh.
Damn. Yo, what the
How does
fuck?
it
This
work?
is a mystery. Yo.
Should be here now.
Yo, where'd the cube go?
Oh no.
Damn, I cut the story off, too. Everybody's watching us scramble for a phone charger right now. Yo,
Did you take it with you or not?
did I take it with me? I'm gonna go check.
Oh, wait. I put it back in my bag. I don't know.
There you go, there you go.
It was off impulse because I was reading the story.
There you go. Alright.
So, is it right if I sit over?
Yeah.
Basically, how this one's going. So, yeah, I did that. I dropped it. People loved it. It's crazy that I almost deleted it, but that's like what happens with music. That's why you keep going, you know. You don't quit, you know. You never know what's going to happen. And people loved it, and it got to like 250 max. 250,000 views max, and it was insane at the time for me.
That shit got plays. Yeah. It was very unexpected.
Yeah, and then I got to a point where I kept dropping music and it kept doing good. And then I was like, let me learn how to drop music on Spotify and Apple Music.
My boy got a Discord. Or not Discord, a DistroKid.
DistroKid, yeah.
Another Discord.
I do have a Discord, and so does Mikey. We'll talk about that in a bit.
Yo, facts.
But, yeah, I was like, back then I had United Masters. I'm like, let me drop these songs.
Yeah, that shit was
United Masters
annoying.
is terrible.
Annoying.
Insanely terrible. They don't let you put
Shit.
Yeah, they just reject whatever all the time. You have to be lucky if they approve it. And it's insanely expensive, like $60 a year, I think, or whatever. But, compared to DistroKid. But, yeah, I tried to drop. I was able to drop some because they were free for profit, but the other ones were not. So, yeah, I was like, fuck, I'm so mad that I cannot drop it. I cannot make people happy, so delete everything. And I just pissed everybody off, like, yo, what happened to your music?
Yo, that shit was annoying when you would do that shit. Like, not like annoying, like, not to be
It
dramatic.
was insanely annoying. Like,
Yo, not to be dramatic, but that shit would be annoying. Like, one day you would just have your shit up, social media, SoundCloud, and the next thing you know, you wouldn't be Norue, you would be fucking your full government on your Instagram, and your SoundCloud would be gone. I'd be like, yo, what the fuck?
Yeah. But thankfully now, that's not going to happen. Ever. But yeah, I pretty much deleted my music after, and people re-uploaded 17. One account got like 250 as well. Another one, 100,000.
Yo,
like,
what was that? Remember that one song you had, Picture Perfect, or like Polaroid or some shit that got stolen?
I was just thinking about that when you asked me about. So I made this song called Picture Perfect back then, and it was before, I don't know, I don't even think, yeah, I dropped it for like a week, and I deleted it. Somebody tells me, I think it was Fiji, told me, hey, is this your song? I'm like, yeah. But it used to be called something Polaroid Dreams or something. Yeah, Polaroid Dreams. And it was just dropped, and it was Codeability. My name was nowhere to be found. 200 to 300,000 plays on SoundCloud. And yeah, insane amount of comments like, oh, I love your voice. I love what you did. Like, you sound like this, you sound like that, like insane. Like my girlfriend.
They
showed
really
me this
thought
song.
the dude was fucking Euron, bro.
Yeah, and then it pissed me off bad. Like, not even pissed me off, but just disappointed because at the time I found out I was not doing that great. I don't think I dropped 17, or maybe I did, but just to like know that I had a deleted song.
Dude, I would feel so robbed.
Yeah, that's
like
how
if
I felt.
I deleted a song, you took it,
Yeah.
you made all these plays off of it. Like, what
that
the
led
fuck?
to me having like trust issues kind of with everything, but it's not good to have trust issues because whatever happens, thank God there's a copyright thing, there's all that stuff. I didn't know about it back then, but you cannot base everybody off of what one person did. And yeah, pretty much they stole it. My friends commented, I commented, my friends commented, was like, why'd you steal the song off Norue? They're like, who is Norue? Like, no, it's my song. And then eventually it died down to, I found it on Discord, and then died down to, oh, I produced it, like they produced the song. It was just a whole mess. Like,
that shit was crazy, and it's so
Yeah.
funny because whenever you have beef with someone, like I'm like the first motherfucker to start
Yeah.
fucking like berating them on the internet because
for
it's
real.
like, why not? It's the internet, you know. Let me go fucking start some records.
Yeah, exactly.
Motherfucker be like, yo, he stole my song. That was such a weird thing. Like, if you're the producer, why wouldn't you be like, why wouldn't you put something in the description,
For
even
real.
like,
And they
oh,
were not the producer, I know, because I remember names. I do not remember the name, but if I saw Codability, like on YouTube, I would know. You know what I mean? I never saw that name in my life ever. That person dropped other tracks that were botted. My song that they re-uploaded was not botted, but other ones would have like 600,000 and 2 comments. Like, what the fuck?
yeah, that shit's
3
crazy.
likes. But yeah, I got upset, and then they eventually put my name in the title, and then over time took my whole name out and put in the description. And that's pretty weird, you know. And then that's why I just want to say, be safe. This could happen to anybody, and do not overreact. Stay calm. Like, I know how it could feel, like, because you're like, oh, I'm doing music, and I just wish people can hear it. And this person just took my song and
That shit was fucked up.
is getting an insane amount of love from it. I almost quit. I cannot lie. Like, I almost quit for real. I was like 15, 16. I'm pretty sure I cried because, I don't know. And then after that, I was like, you know what, whatever. Keep the song. I don't care. And then just kept making music, kept going. And then another thing happened where I was not friends with Young Bob, but when Young Bob hit me up, Sideshow hit me up and was like, yo, your song 17's fire. I was just like, that was like an acquaintance almost, just like a music person that I knew. I was not that close to them, a friend. And I'm like, thank you so much. And I had this song called As Above, So Below, which I love. I made that song such raw emotion because something happened the day before it, and I found out that somebody I liked did something, like started dating somebody else or something, and I was led to believe by that person that they still love me, that they would wait for me. So, you know what, let me make a song about it. And it did really good on my page. I'm like, let me put it on all platforms, because after that I knew.
Is it getting feedback? Is it getting?
Yeah, I think so. Testing. Oh, no.
What's going on with this one? Is there a
No
switch
clue.
or anything?
Wait, but it's the light's going on, so.
This one. Hold on, we're getting a.
Yeah, just 1 second.
I don't know what's wrong with this one. Let me try again. Hello?
Testing. Hello.
Huh. Is it fully secured?
Testing.
Damn, what the fuck?
Strange.
Strange indeed. But you can continue talking into this one.
Alright. I hope it works. I hope they heard what I said, but basically, like, Young Bob I met because Young Bob liked my song 17, which is now Skeleton, and the reason why it is called Skeleton is because I performed that song for my first show that I was at, and I said 17, turn it 8, you know, like that thing. And I'm not 17 anymore, I'm 21, and I was 20 at the time, so I was like, you know what, if I'm going to bring it back, I gotta take that part out. I don't want people thinking I'm a minor. So, yeah, I brought it back as Skeleton, but they were like, yeah, I like 17 a bunch. Keep making music, like, you're dope. I'm like, cool. I made As Above, So Below, and, yeah, basically raw emotion. Something bad happened to me with somebody that I knew, that I was in love with. I thought I was in love with, that I'm not. But, yeah, something bad happened. I made As Above, So Below. Shout out Sickrism, I think that's how you say. I'm pretty sure he's a Mexican producer. Really cool person. Really nice beats. Made that. I tried to.
Tap is working, but nothing
You
else.
wanna try taking this off and just see?
Hello.
Testing.
Oh, you got it.
I feel like if I hold it like this, I'm gonna hold it like this.
Okay.
All right, so Yeah, at that point when I dropped As Above So Below, I loved it so much. Like, I tried to drop it on all platforms because after I deleted my music, I'm talking pretty quick now, just to like recap.
Yeah, buddy.
After I deleted all my music, I dropped songs on all platforms. Tried to drop As Above So Below. United Masters didn't let me. I'm like, what the fuck? I go to Sick Rhythm. I'm like, is there a reason why? And then Sick Rhythm's like, yeah, I used the Post Malone guitar thing. I was like, oh yeah, that's not gonna work. And so I just deleted it, and they re-uploaded it. It got a pretty good amount. And then Young Bob. At the time, I'm just still making music. I find out from a person, I don't know who, I forgot who, but they're like, yeah, Young Bob dropped a song called Killing Myself or something.
Yeah.
Killing Myself. My name was nowhere to be found. It was the exact cover, full cover of As Above So Below.
Yo, lyric for lyric.
Yeah, and then I was upset. I was like, what the fuck? It was like trauma at that point because of what happened with Picture
Yo,
Perfect.
it was.
And this person like knew me, they're like, I love your songs, and yeah, I'm guessing it was just a misunderstanding, but I gave Young Bob a chance. I'm like, all right, just put my name in the title just to show like it's a cover. And I just want to show Mikey this real quick, what somebody commented on As Above So Below.
Huh.
They were like, bro really stole the song from Young Bob.
Oh my god.
I swear, when I pull this up, you won't even believe it. And
What was this?
And Fiji replied, which I laughed at. Even though I don't really speak to Fiji much, but hope they're well. Hope everybody's well. But look, ready?
Let me see.
The guy was like,
2 months ago?
Bro copied the song from Sideshow. Kill Fiji was like, you're joking, right? I was like, you're getting somewhere, but it's the other way around. Sideshow the homie, though. I like the cover he made. And then Young Cray was like, oh, man. I was just laughing.
That's
like,
crazy. They said that 2 months
I
ago?
didn't even respond, but then I was like, people are probably going to think, like, I'm a thief, and I don't steal nobody's music. But good cover. I like the cover. It got a good amount of views. And, yeah. I was going to be on a song with Young Bob, which is now called Love Kill Slow, that hit 1 million.
Wow, holy
And
shit.
that was going to be the first verse. That one that you hear, get up, it's time to take your medication, all that. Like, up until, because it's insane lore. But
Insane.
I did not do it because a friend of mine named 2003 used the same beat. And I don't want to snake the homies like that because I know how it feels.
Yeah.
For somebody to use same beat, same song, same, And it's this one. I don't know if you heard it.
I think it was supposed to be that. Yeah. What?
It was this whole verse up until.
What song did 20? What song was that for 20?
It was
Not too.
shout out 20. I love the one that.
Shout out 20.
It's this one. It's pretty old.
20 is fire.
But it's a good thing I figured it out because I feel like if I did that, I don't know, it would just be terrible. But yeah, it's good for Young Bob, aka Sideshow, that they got that many views, and it is what it is,
Hell yeah.
But it's called Flaws.
Yeah, I remember that.
Hold on. Wait. It's old, but it's fire.
Shout out 20, bro. I remember when he dropped that shit.
Yeah, pretty much. And then I was upset. I was cursing at Sideshow. I was like, I'm gonna beat you up. Like, I'm gonna fight you. I got mad because the last time I didn't know who the person was that stole Picture Perfect. So I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna find. We're gonna fight or something. It's stupid.
He was finally captivating on finally captivating on this moment.
Yeah, I didn't want to hear anything Sideshow had to say about it or Young Bob at the time. I was like, yeah, it's over. Yeah, like the anger got to me, and that's the worst thing. Never act on anger because it's just it's just a terrible thing. But it was pretty much a misunderstanding. Young Bob was like, oh, it's a cover, my bad, I didn't put your name. And then I felt bad. I was like, what the fuck? Like, why'd I say all that,
At least, like, if it was a cover, I would have thought, like, you would have named it the same thing. And then if you're not going to name it the same thing, like, put credit.
Who knows? Maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was after I texted.
I don't know.
But it is what it is. At least the real ones know that As Above, So Below. Real ones know it. And, yeah. Young Bob, I met Young Bob at the show, Sideshow. I met them at my first show. Pretty cool, pretty dope. Yeah, That's pretty much it.
Hell yeah, bro. Shout out 17. Shout out all
Yeah.
these songs. And we just talked about people stealing songs.
Yeah,
That's so funny.
I just had to clarify it.
Yeah,
Also,
man.
one thing I'd like to say before we go on the next topic. Recently something I realized with some artists that I know and they know me, and they're like newer, known. Well, yeah, whatever. But like newer people that I know,
Right.
and within like the last year and stuff, and I'm like, they're like, yeah, support me, like put this on my story, like put this on your story and stuff. I'm like, for sure, like yeah, like I see you as my friend, like I see everybody in the music thing as my friend,
Like,
you know?
yeah.
And then I'm like, yeah, I do all that. I do the most. Like I don't do the most on purpose. Like I just do the most because it's good music, homies. You know what I mean? And then I go on that person's SoundCloud, and it's not just this person. I did research after, and I look through all the likes of what that person liked. My song was not even one of my songs now were ever liked on that person's thing, and that shit made me so sad, and it almost like made me, just like I don't know, but thankfully I changed, thankfully I healed, thankfully, but for a few days I saw it as disrespect and shade, but I was like, you know what, it is what it is. Some people, they have subjective ears, they don't like, or maybe somebody heard this thing from this person about me that they didn't like, so they're not gonna ever give me a chance even though they never knew me. But it is what it is. But it's like sad. I just hope people can really know who I am and give me a chance the same way I'd give them a chance, just same energy. But yeah, pretty much that.
I mean, yeah, hello. I hate like when people ask like for support and they don't like show it back, like reciprocate, like bro, like what the fuck, or like even if like I don't know, I'm a type of motherfucker that if I support you long enough, like you should throw me a bone and support me here or there, even if, because of course nobody asks you to support them, but then again it's like because I'm choosing to support you. Throw me a bone,
Yeah, exactly. I don't know if it's because some people think like I have enough followers or likes, but honestly, I would go back to 300 right now just to have every person I know that makes music support me. You know what I mean? Like I don't care about. I'm at 1,800 I think right now. I don't care about that. It really doesn't matter because you could be at 300, 400 right now. Like I know newer people at that, and next year there could be at like 5K, 10K. 30K, it's just like that, it's growth and you get there. But I don't know, I hate that my mind makes me think it's envy and it's just on purpose, but I don't know, sadly, but it is what it is, to be honest.
Yeah, man, people, I mean, yeah, it's like it's not like we're fucking
like
someone humongously big
I'm not a
that
celebrity superstar,
Yeah, where it's like, oh, us doing it is like charity work. It's like, bro, like we're regular real life people also struggling to make it. So it's like, if I support you, support me. Like my shit. That's how you could support me. People think it's like, oh, money? No.
And I take first impressions. Like I feel like first impressions are the number one thing. Like, and when you do something when you first, but people change, things change. It is what it is. But yeah, I just didn't expect it. I saw it. It broke my heart. I cannot lie, it broke my heart. Because it was a smaller artist than me, and I just felt like my mind made me think it was something else but then eventually I got over it, because people can listen to whatever they want to listen to. I'm not gonna, this is just something I keep to myself that I found out, and then I found out other people do, and I found out some people that I knew way back then. But it is what it is, I still want to show support to everybody, show love to everybody. I want everybody to win. Like, if you win, if the people around me win, it's like I win just seeing it. You know what I mean?
Just
seeing, like, just knowing them, or have known them, or just seeing them win is like I won.
That's like what. That's like kind of like, bro. Like a reason why I was like started the pod goes like with like that mentality is like putting other people on a platform so they could like, what's the word? Glow, show their shit, man. Like, take my platform and use it to show to sell your shit. And show yourself off. And because I like to see people succeed, especially people close to me, like we have Norue here today, but also just people who have the initiative to create.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah, bro. Bro, I'm so happy. Like, I can't even believe it. Like, right now here, like, my high ass right now because I just took, like, a bomb rip and a half. Bro, I can't even believe you're here. It's like a fucking dream, bro. It's like crazy. It's
I'm
like
just so happy to be here, and it's like permanent. Like this is the thing that me, Mikey, and a couple other people, but me and Mikey mostly, like we were waiting for this. Like for me to be here permanently, like so many good things could happen. Like I don't know. Like if I ever, like I would like to not even do like get better equipment for myself, but even help Mikey out, like new camera, new stuff, because we grow together. Like you know what I mean?
bro
Like, we
pulled
grew
up. Bro
yeah.
pulled up and gave me a new mic and a housewarming card.
Yeah.
Bro, I moved into my place in
Something in
February, and he still pulled up like, yo, here you go. Like
That's what us
this is
Albanians
the homie,
do. Like
bro.
when Albanians go to somebody's house, like a new house or a new apartment, or like they usually leave. They don't even leave a letter, but I left a letter, to be nice. And then they leave money. It's just how it is. It became a habit for me. It's a really good habit to have, especially close friends. It's pretty nice. But
Bro.
even just being there too, like it's the best thing. But it's just what I do.
Real gentleman etiquette,
Yeah.
Bro, this is so dope. I'm like off top of the dome right now,
Mhm.
trying to form the next question.
Yep. Is it alright if I ask you something?
Yeah, what's up?
So when you first met me, you met me a couple times, but we never really like spoke until like I've seen you in person in Upstate, but we never really spoke like we did at the Tracy show,
Right.
I think. Was I different than what you thought I was, like on like texting and like online pretty much than in person? Like was I,
I mean, you've always been a very like down to earth, humble, chill guy.
Yeah.
So I feel, and that pretty much just shows in person. So
Thank
I think you're exactly what I expected, because
Thank you.
I knew you well,
Yeah.
Didn't
Thank you.
listen to any of the malarkey.
Yeah.
Monroe Woodbury.
Yeah, thank God. But yeah, I feel like when I met you that time, I was pretty shy. I can't lie. Like I still am pretty shy, but I'm like pushing myself right now because I just want people to know who I am. Norue.
Hell yeah. I feel like you're naturally a reserved person.
Yeah.
And I think that's so cool, It adds to the depth that comes with Norue and the lore and the music. Because it's like, oh my God, this motherfucker is shy and quiet in person, but his music is so expressive. Here he is talking about something expressive, and it's like, there's depth to this motherfucker.
Something there, But,
No,
nice.
yeah, man. No, yeah, but I expected it. I always wonder if I'm a surprise too. It's like, but I think I express myself crazy enough on all my platforms to where you see me in person, it's just like,
much new. Yeah, like
it's Mikeymcchoppa.
Best person online, best person in person, like a good, genuine person. You know what I mean? Amazing.
Stop it. Yeah, man, bro.
Yeah.
With music videos, what's the vision for that when it comes to what songs you want to do? What do you want to do, like creatively, shit like that?
So for this song called "The Woods," people like the song. It's Santana beat. I like Santana beats. Really fire. It's more of a ambient, like my normal voice. No high pitch. Like yelling stuff that I would do.
Right.
Kind of goes like this. I'm pretty much called The Woods. See myself trapped in the woods. So I feel like I want to go somewhere in New York or anywhere that has like woods, like wood scenery. I don't know if I should do it upstate, or I don't know who I'll have to record it for me, but yeah, I'll try to figure it out. I don't know. iPhone, good camera, I don't know.
I mean, if you want to do something local,
Yeah, we could do local too.
because
for
like
sure.
Prospect is a really good spot
Yeah,
if
yeah.
you want like trees and stuff
Yeah, we
while
could do
also
that.
being in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Rather than having to go like to Hicksville upstate, you
Yeah,
know?
exactly. Like 2 hours away or an hour away,
Yeah. That's
Yeah, I completely forgot that there's fucking trees in New York City. Whole, like, my God.
yeah.
Central Park and all that.
Yeah.
But, there's a lot of people. That's why, I assume, like, the woods just me. But I don't care if anyone's in the background, It just shows, like, I'm from New York City. I'm here, People are in the back.
Post
so
it
be
up. Nah, but you could probably find a spot where it'll look like you're like in the middle of the woods for real.
Yeah.
There's like big parts of that park. It's a big park.
Yeah, even if people in the back, so what? Like, if Mikey were to record it or be in it, I want Mikey in it, you know what I mean? Like, I want everybody to be in it, just,
Facts.
just to share the moment, because it's going to be online forever after I drop it. And then after that, I have 3 more singles. I don't know which one to do. I don't think I'm gonna do Fairy Tale Shoddy, Clearwater. Maybe Clearwater or Fairy Tale Shoddy. I don't know about Everlast. And then three music videos for the EP Life Path. One for Folklore, one for Manifest, and one for Skeleton. That's my plan.
Sheesh.
A lot of music videos.
You're on your Steven Spielberg shit right now.
Yeah. You know, I like had to like sit down one night and be like, yeah, I gotta think of what I'm gonna do.
Bro, and you know what? Like, I'd be saying it all the time. Like, we need more media outside of music in the music scene. Like, obviously, podcasts and stuff is usually topic conversation, but we need more videos. Like, someone that I see that does videos, you know, which shout out is Indigo. Like, he be putting out, like, his little snippets and stuff like that. And, you know, and people like that. But, bro, thank you for now coming over here and adding more to that. Or, like, you know, you have the vision to, the initiative to.
I just want to show you a name that I was thinking about creating a collective, but I'm not sure yet because there could be a collective, you know, with my friends in it, and they might want me, but I was thinking about making a collective called this. Not sure though.
I fuck with it, but there's
not sure, and I feel like to get the homies in the collective, find people that do cinematography, like is that what it's called, like cinematography?
Yeah,
like recording videos and editing photos and, you know, cover art and producers and all that. But I'm not sure, you know. I feel like to start a collective takes some work, and I've had bad experiences with collectives, so I don't know. I'll just wait it out. See.
Yeah, I've been.
Yeah, we know, like, we cannot even say like the things that went down.
Yeah, I've been.
We went through war.
I've been so discouraged from collectives, like, but I support you, and you've always had the drive to make a collective, so I think it's like meant to be eventually for you. So, I support you. I'm excited to see this.
Either make one or just be in one, you know. I'd love to be connected with people. Because when you're alone, it's like, you know, it's a little bit hard, I can't lie. To, like, have feedback. Like, the stuff that I make, I don't really get much feedback because I just don't ask people.
Yeah.
And that's basically my own fault because I feel like if I ask someone or just it will bother them or they're busy or they think I'm, like, flexing. Like, I just wouldn't want that. So, to be in, like, a collective and not, like, online is fine, like having online friends and stuff, but I would love a collective in person, you know, just like maybe one day have an apartment or a huge apartment or a huge house and just have everybody in it, just like, you know, while we're still young. That's like a dream, you know.
Yo, that's like those, like, remember those YouTube houses back in like 2016?
Yeah.
That shit was like, that's
but more not really, like, because we're not fucking, you know, like up there, you know what I mean, like, but something livable, you know what I mean.
Right. And I think that's cool, man. Like a creative, collective commune type shit.
Yeah, for sure.
Bro. I had to, like, that's kind of like, I mean, I go, again, like, talking about the fucking podcast. Mm-hmm. But, like.
No, you're right.
But, like, starting the podcast was, like, I had to, like, make my own community. And I make my own community, but, like, I want to make a community. Not necessarily a collective, though, because, that, like, the focus goes on you. And I'm like, I don't know if I want that. But, like, to kind of like hide behind a brand and make a community of artists that just all are a part of this little network.
Yeah. That was the smartest thing. Like, when Mikey did that, I was not surprised. Like, I knew. Like, I just, you know, like, I had a feeling Mikey could like, I don't think anybody else could come up, but I do have friends that have other, and I'm glad that they do it, but, like, I wasn't surprised that Mikey did it because Mikey's smart. Like, anybody else doing in the scene, shout out to them. Like, but Call of Personality is always like my number one thing, you know, like number one interview place, just podcasts in general, you know what I mean?
I'm trying here in the fucking New York, you know. I'm really trying, man. Thank you, bro. And
no problem. Thank you for giving artists a place to speak about themselves and about where they come from, who they are, you know what I mean?
Bro, that's like the funnest. It's just fun. Like, that's all you can do when you like music and you're obsessed with music. All I do is watch interviews of artists that I fuck with and shit like that. So to produce the content's fun. Bro, to have you here being interviewed, so it's bittersweet because I know, like, a lot of the stories, so I'm not here like, ooh, I'm here like, yeah, I know this part. I know this one.
Pretty much, yeah.
But, bro, to have you here telling the story for, like pretty much the first time, like, to an audience because you're very reserved, bro. It's just I'm very honored and happy to have you here as a friend, as a fellow, as a collaborator, as a fan, as all of it. Because I've been all of it, you know, as an observer of your work, bro. Like
me as well, you know. Like I'm insanely grateful that you invited me to come on the Cult of Personality, and we both kind of feel like it was overdue, long overdue, but now is a better time than any. I feel like, you know.
Yeah, rather than any virtual interview or anything of the sort.
For sure.
We knew we wanted to do this in person. We knew. What was I gonna say? I wanted to ask about, like, what do you have in the works music wise though? Because I do ask a lot about a lot of shit outside of music. But what do you got going on musically coming up?
So the
EP, singles.
the next EP I'm gonna drop after I make the music videos that I talked about is going to be Blue Moon with 2003, because I feel terrible that I deleted those songs, but
so it'll be a re-release.
Yeah, re-release of an EP, but it wasn't up that long anyway, so but yeah, bring that back. Hopefully fly out to I think 20's in Washington.
Yeah.
Or somewhere there, and do some videos, or have 20 fly out and do some videos with 20.
Yo, we need 20 in New York.
Yeah, that would be insane. And yeah, do that, make a couple videos, like 3 videos for that, and then after that my plan is to do the same thing with Infinity. Use a couple old songs. I made a new song with Infinity, shout out Infinity. It has the sample of I'm pretty sure it's Ghost Girl, I think. Yeah, the sample of Ghost Girl, produced by Santana.
That's fire.
Let me just make sure. I could show you it if you'd like.
Yeah, go for it.
Let me just make sure it's the same sample so I don't sound stupid. Oh, gotta add. 1 second.
SoundCloud ad real quick.
Yeah, I didn't upgrade to next whatever. I'm gonna do it soon though. But
Trust.
Yep. All right. Infinity.
Ooh.
I don't know if this is the original though. I hope. Just make sure.
1 second for those in the
It
audience.
is. I showed this on my live. Should I bring it to the mic?
Yeah, go for it.
Trying to let the pain go. I'm still the same, but I healed and I changed. So every day shows, so I tell them it's the same old. It's all fake, seeing through it all angles. In the crib, listening to beats on my iPhone. A new song, and I did it with my eyes closed. Norue, soon to be a name for the household. I'm locked in, I could really go viral. You were too focused on the wrongs that I did. But when I did good, it was easy to forget. Grown man, I don't need sympathy for shit. When you look for me, you will find me as a friend. Black tents, hiding all my demons in the whip. A succubus, shawty stealing souls with a kiss. Got the hell.
And it's basically the same verse after going through something. I've been trying to let the pain go.
I gotta ask, what is the setup now? Is it still the iPhone?
Still iPhone. I could show the camera kind of what I do. The mix, not the full mixing, but you know.
Yeah. So that means from the beginning, this whole time, like the whole timeline to now, you have been on the phone. Yep. We need to like emphasize this point because I was shocked when I first found out, and this was in the beginning. You've been doing all of this on a phone.
On a phone, Apple headphones, the ones that go into the charger, those kind. Since I pretty much started, only one song I have was not Apple headphones, and it's Pray For You. It's a feature I did with Infinity as well, and Eternal. Shout out Eternal Infinity. And it was with this microphone, but I felt like I couldn't mix on it, so I got frustrated and I didn't use this mic anymore. And I was like, why not just give it to Mikey, you know? It's a podcast mic. It's not that, you know, cheap, so might as well give it to a good friend. And I was glad. But here's...
Thank you. Well appreciated.
It's no problem. Here's pretty much what I did for that song. You guys might be surprised at how much I record, how much I layer.
Hell yeah.
But look how many, I got a bunch of songs, but 1 second, it's just loading. But here, I'll just show you with a different song. It's basically the same thing. So I layer like this. Don't mind the mic thing. I usually do DJ booth. Kind of like this. Hold on.
Like you can hold it closer if you want. Yeah, no worries.
me show a different song because damn it, why is it not? All right. So I usually use, this is the clean mic. I use drums, DJ booth. Can you see the screen?
Yeah.
I put the delay up like, I'll show you how simple it is that I do it. Oops. I put the delay, my god, why is it not working? My fault. I put the delay this much. Don't touch anything else. The compression, I touch it after. I go to these 3 lines, go here, put the compressor up until here, treble up until here, reverb. Back then I would put my reverb like this much, but now I put it this much, or kind of like this. Echo a little bit. And yeah, I do that. I do it 5 times for low vocals and 5 times for high vocals. Oops, is that good?
Yeah, it's all fine.
5 times for low vocals, 5 times for high vocals, and I make the low vocals higher than the. I make the low vocals higher than.
You might have to hold
vocals.
the wire.
Yeah.
You know how it is.
Yeah. I make the low vocals higher. No, yeah, low vocals higher than the high vocals, so you can hear my voice at least. And I just merge that, 10 of them, 5 low, 5 high, merge it, and yeah, I just tweak it. Like I make it sound alright, and that's about it. That's pretty much what I do.
Hell yeah, bro.
It seems pretty simple, but it took a while to like learn it all, you know?
It was so shocking to find out because your music, bro, like, I feel like your music is like so crisp and like high quality, and it's like it's always been that. Like even when we were all up and coming, that's why motherfuckers, we can look at you and be like, damn, you know, like his shit sounds good.
Yeah.
And bro, when I found out it was Apple headphones and a phone, bro, I was completely flabbergasted.
Yeah, because some people like, I have people, some people use a whole studio and everything, and I've had people that I don't really know now, I think, back before I think I met everyone, use studios and stuff and just like argue with me and be like, you know, and I don't even think they would know I use Apple headphones either, but like I try to make work with what I have, and you know, whether it's studio, Apple headphones, anything, if I could get my voice out there and do something, say how I feel, that's it, you know?
Hell yeah.
I might hopefully upgrade my equipment soon.
I was going to ask, what's the plan? Like, are you going to keep doing that, or is it like plan to expand?
Honestly, after the 2003 EP Blue Moon, after I do all the music videos and stuff, definitely not. I just feel like it's too much work I don't know. It's just, you know, I feel like the fans and the artists that get on my tracks as well deserve me having a little bit better quality, because it's pretty good, but it's not the best, you know? So yeah, I feel like upgrading soon. I just hope I make the right choice, you know?
Yeah.
Nothing too crazy though. MacBook, one of these, I forgot what they're called.
The audio interface. Hell yeah.
Mic, a condenser though, because you know, he knows the lore.
Hell yeah.
And yeah, pretty much just tries, you know, with the mic.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
With, you know, all this shit now, you know, especially you being back and stuff, is there any plans for things like merch or...
Merch, yeah, for sure. I would love to do merch. And yeah, I'm just not sure yet because of the whole collective thing. But yeah, after I make music videos, yeah, I'd love to make merch. I wanted to back then, and I had a whole design and everything, but the design was kind of basic, and I feel like it didn't suit my music well. Right. So maybe soon. Maybe before a collective or anything, you know. Yeah, hopefully.
Oh, yeah, bro.
We need a cult of personality merch. We need that, and we need Mikeymcchoppa merch, because there's nobody that knows more about clothes, more about style than Mikeymcchoppa.
Bro.
Hopefully
it's so
soon.
funny, yo, bro. Like, people think I'm like this drippy motherfucker, bro, and I really just throw on like anything. It's so funny. So thank you.
That's why it goes so hard, because there's like these TikTok kids and these fucking that are trying, you know, and you're not even trying, and you look like amazing every time, you know, and people feel that, you know, when you're genuine, whether it's music, clothes, anything, podcast. Yeah, my bad.
No, I agree with you. I always try to be an individual. That's definitely it, yo. Cause those fucking TikTok kids, you're so right. Like nowadays, kids are like, they're like just
like Cemetery or like Peep, or you know what I mean, like.
Oh my god.
It's like, yeah, my bad.
No, continue.
And it's like you put all those clothes on just for Mikey to put something on that probably didn't take him more than 5 minutes to, you know, just put together, and that Mikey likes, and he looks better than you. You know what I mean? Like, it's genuine. It's the genuine thing. Like, people feel that. People see it. People hear it. People, all that. The genuine, and I know people copy him. That is one thing for sure, but nothing you could really do about it. It happens when you have good style, good music. It just happens, you know?
It happens, you know? These people... No, yeah, I always try to be an individual, so when people see an individual, when people see something authentic, of course they want to copy, so it's bound to happen. But, bro, like, you're absolutely right. Like, the fact that True Religions became popular in 2020 fucking 1 or 2022 because the cemetery was, like, terrible.
Yeah, but it's been around since Chief Keef and the whole Chicago scene.
Yeah.
And there was white boys dressing, you know what I mean?
That
like,
was
you saw
when
that
it was
meme?
cool to wear True Religion.
Yeah.
I thought it was so corny to wear True Religion in 2017, 2018 because especially Monroe, like, you remember how we had the True Religion outlet right there? All the kids were wearing True Religion in Monroe, Woodbury, upstate New York.
Yep.
And just to give y'all perspective, okay?
These kids were playing football one day and then True Religion jeans with the fucking sagging their pants the next day. Like, you know what I mean? Like, upstate, you know what I mean?
Facts, bro. And then they got cool again
with
the whole cemetery thing, and it was just like, keep it in the past. Let's not ruin the legacy of True Religion.
I don't want to shit on cemetery or anything, but I don't know. I don't know if that's cemetery's true self or that's just what cemetery sees around, you know. But I saw a couple of videos of cemetery treating his fans terrible.
Like shit. Yeah, I don't fuck with cemetery.
And treating Ghost Mountain terrible. And I miss Ghost Mountain. I wish Ghost Mountain comes back and makes... Ghost Mountain only has one solo song, and that song goes hard. But yeah, I heard Ghost Mountain wants to do videography or cinematography in college and stuff, and that's good for Ghost Mountain. But speaking of cemetery, you saw as well, I feel like, how bad cemetery treated some fans, like slapped the phone out of their hand, like like at some point, like, who do you think you are, you know what I mean?
It's
just weird.
Belligerent.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Fucking, yeah. I saw that video, and I literally unfollowed him right after. He's such a weirdo, and, like, the fact that, like, so many people, like... And I'm not even, like... I was a fan of some of his shit, like, a lot of his shit, man. But, like, the fact that people, like, dick ride, like, the way that we, like, saw that people tried to copy Peep, like... Yeah. That's more understandable than trying to copy Cemetery. Yep. You know, at least, like, someone with influence, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Some people say that Cemetery was a industry plant because Cemetery's dad did some music work for, I think, some movies or shows, or I'm not sure, but I heard something about that. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, but, you know, something there. I don't know, but
I don't put it...
Some theory,
I don't put it past it, you know?
Who knows? There's a bunch of industry plants, though, these days. There's, like, Lil Mabu, I think. Lil Mabu's dad is multi-millionaire. Like, grew up like that. And he paid known rappers in New York City to do features. Like, and he got known from it. Like, now he's bigger than the artists that he would pay. It's just weird, you know? But it is what it is.
Bro, I haven't heard... Like, I've been so out of the loop, like, I haven't heard of who's an industry plant and whatever since, like, fucking Jumex. Remember that kid?
Yeah, Jumex for sure was 100%. But basically what I'm saying is, like, I don't believe so because I never go that deep enough. If anybody's, like, good for them, you know, I don't go that deep enough to see, like, you know, because we got our own thing going on with our own music. But when somebody's doing good, that's great. But I'm just basically saying what people say, you know, like their fans and people on the internet. I'm just saying what I've seen, and maybe it's true, maybe it's not. It's interesting, though.
Creatively, it's so hard to keep up with everybody else's stuff when you're also, like, busy trying to create and come up with ideas and shit.
For sure.
What was I going to say? Fuck, I had a question. I don't know where it went. It's coming back. But, no, yeah, man. But thank you again on going back to the original point when complimenting with the drip. Thank you. Yeah. I would like to start some sort of fucking cult merch or anything like that, but just all the money that it takes to fucking produce and, like, come up with ideas and sketch shit out. It's, like, so much on top of what I'm trying to do with the pod and so much on top of what I'm trying to do with music.
Yeah.
And
hopefully in the future, if I ever meet somebody that knows things like that, or if I ever have the money, you know, things like that, I'll definitely, you know, I'll try to, whatever I have going on, like, if I find a way to make merch, Mikey's gonna find a way to make merch. That's just how I am, you know.
The man himself, bro, fucking Norue, bro, this motherfucker made the Cult of Personality Discord. How the fuck did you learn how to make a Discord server through and through?
Yeah, so we were in a Discord before, of a not really collective, a community. Should I say the name?
What were we a part
Eden's
of?
Haven.
Oh yes, we
We were
were.
in Eden's Haven. I'm not really in that anymore because the person that started it left, and the person that's kind of owns it unfollowed both of us, which is weird. Like, I don't know, that's just strange. We were
Yeah.
always cool, chill, but we didn't fuck with Cemetery, and that person did, so I assume that's why.
I unfollowed you because you don't fuck with Cemetery.
Yeah,
bro.
and then how you like text somebody after and be like, yeah, I unfollowed you just to let you know. I'm like, all right, I don't give a fuck. Like, I don't
I
care.
didn't get the after text. I hit him up like, yo, bro, you really. I was like, yo, bro, you really unfollowed me? Like, damn, that's fucked up. And he was like, oh, I posted why. I was like, I'm not. Whatever.
It is what it is. But basically, I texted back. I was like, yeah, that's fine. I mean, have a good life. And I said have a good life because if you unfollow me and you let it be known that you unfollowed me, you're not. It's not. You follow me, I'll see you, and I'll remove you as my follower.
People
and I
don't
will not follow
understand that that's like the way of
Yes.
support in
Yes.
2023. Like, everything's digital. Everything's on the internet. So if to support me, to support what I'm doing, a follow, a like, a share, a save, that's support. You know, it's not money. It's
Yeah,
that's
it doesn't fucking. It's not a 9 to 5 job to support people. Like, you just do it. Just do it.
right.
And you cannot want support and then not show love. I don't know. It's just weird. But yeah, it's weird to let it be known about that. But basically, what I was saying is Eden's Haven. We were in Eden's Haven with a bunch of other cool, our homies, pretty much,
Individuals,
cool people.
creatives, stuff like that.
And it was alright. The person that found it originally left. They had their own problems. I hope things get better for them. Shout out Fallacy, ADD.
Yo, Fallacy, you were talking about flying out to Washington. Fallacy and 20 linked
Yeah,
up.
they
You
live
saw
really
that?
close. Yeah, I think Fallacy went to Seattle, I'm pretty sure. And I just feel like good things are going to come in that whole scene, the Washington, Seattle stuff. And it's just going to be dope. I'm like happy for both of them. And yeah, basically, Fallacy did not want to do Eden's Haven anymore. Maybe will one day. But yeah, I was like, okay, Discord's pretty cool. People use Discord to do stuff now. I've known about Discord. People would make memes about Discord, like the mods, you know what I mean? Like
Dude, Discord has such a stigma that, like, when I told Lena that I had a Discord, she was, like, concerned. I was like, wait, no.
Yeah, there's, like, weird, like, actual weird-ass people that not even use Discord now, but back then. Like, that's why Discord, when you think of it, you think of, like, moderator, 30-year-old with a fucking fedora that tries to date an underage girl, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then fuck all that. It's none of that. But I was like, I want to make a Discord to have people updated on when I drop stuff, just to be more connected with artists and people that like my music and stuff. When I drop stuff, features, media, music videos, and I made it, and then I was like, wait a minute. It would be amazing if we had that for the Cult of Personality. So while I was making it, before it even went public or anything, I hit up Mikey and I was like, is it cool if I make you a Discord? I feel like it's going to be...
It was so out of nowhere, and I thought it was so cool. I was like, hell yes.
Yeah, and then it just happened, we both dropped Discords, and it just, people joined it. It's pretty cool. Like, sometimes people don't speak, sometimes they do. It's just like that, when it first starts. But yeah, I feel like great things are going to come soon with that and all, and yeah.
Bro, I don't know how he did it. Like, I've tried
Yeah.
making, like, Discord servers before, and you, like, made it through and through. Like, what, you YouTube tutorial that shit?
Honestly, I took inspiration from other Discords I was in, but did not copy. I did my own thing. I made up a few channels that I never even heard of. But I was like, okay, I have the idea. Let me just search up how to make the channel, how to give roles to people, how to give permissions to people, make people mods, and I just searched up everything. I took my time, and yeah, I learned that way, step by step. And I learned pretty quick, like 1 day, I think, 2 days. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, that shit was crazy, bro. Like, I don't know. Like, it's just funny. Like, usually people get, like, people to do that stuff for them, like, artists and shit, because usually motherfuckers be too busy for that. But, like, I just thought it was so cool that you did that shit. I was like, yo. But, yeah, I think the whole concept of a Discord is, like, really cool. Like, I didn't, like, really see I don't know. Like, I never, like... I'm, like, eerie of certain social medias. Like, TikTok,
Yeah.
Discord, I was like, But, like, I think it's so cool to, like, have, like, such a personal one-on-one...
Yeah.
Like,
for sure,
interactions with people that support you and, like, people that fuck with you or fuck with the cause or whatever the fuck, you know?
Everything.
I think it's so sick.
Yeah, like, people in the Cult of Personality podcast, there's specific channels, like, there's a channel for podcast highlights. People can take parts of a podcast episode that they loved, trim it down and just like drop it in the Discord, like to show other people like, oh, this part made me laugh, this part made me happy, like, you know what I mean? And there's other things
you're promoting parts of the thing that I haven't even like really looked into.
Yeah,
this is so crazy.
And then there's also another thing where you can schedule your interview. Like, that's amazing, you know what I mean? And other people can see it as well. And then when they see it, they're like, oh, I kind of want to do that too.
That actually has worked. I have some kid that I've like.
I've seen a couple. And I was glad. I was like, that's amazing.
That works out. Go join that shit, motherfuckers.
Join
people listening and watching. But
should I drop the invite code?
Yo, put that shit in there. What was I gonna say? Yo, bro, with the tattoos on your wrists and stuff, you planning on getting anything else?
Yeah, I'm gonna fix this. I'm gonna show you guys the shading I want to do. This is what I wanted to do anyways when I'm about to show. But my fault. We forgot. Sorry.
Okay.
This is kind of what I wanted to do, but I wanted shading inside and a little bit outer, and this healed really bad. Like, I picked on it. It was first tattoo, but I want to fully extend my arm. Just stuff like, not that Pinterest shit. Definitely not the fucking Pinterest. Oh my god, you see that on like TikTok and people are like, what the fuck, like.
Or like fine line tattoos.
Yeah.
And like all the like, yeah, no, I feel you, bro. Trust.
Yeah, but I basically wanted to get this. I just hope it shows. Like this, pretty much. You see?
Hell yeah.
The shading and stuff. And I have the template, whatever it's called, of this one. And this one I did in Europe. I was just like, this is how I feel. I wanted to get something else, but they kept telling me, no, we can't do this, we can't do that. I was like, what the fuck, why not? So, like, you know what? Let me think of something simple. Hopefully you can do it. I thought of this, and they did this. And
he was like, 70, I had to like dumb it down.
Yeah, and it was like 70 euros, which is, I'm not sure if that's bad or 70 euros is like
OGs.
Pretty much $75 or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, I did that. I loved it a lot. It was cool. Like, I took a 1-hour bus ride to this place called Pristina in Kosovo, like Pristina, whatever. It's the capital. And I went to this new mall. It's the biggest mall in the Balkans, I think, or in Europe. Like, it's a new mall. And I just did the tattoo there. It was pretty cool.
That was sick. That's sick.
And they were like shitting on this tattoo. I can't lie. They're like, laser tattoo, remove it. Like, I don't blame them, but it's fixable. It definitely is. Like, if you just can't fix it, it is what it is. But
no, it's definitely fixable.
Yeah, like, you could see the lining. You could see. They probably thought I didn't have the template or something. Yeah. But the guy that did this, he was smacked. He was really old. He was not known. Like, it was not in a. It was in a trailer in Florida.
Wow.
Yeah, because I felt like I wanted a hand tattoo that goes into a sleeve, because I know that I'm gonna have a bunch, and I just felt it's meaningful because it means my mom's nickname is like Dula, and that means like flower. So I was like, yeah, I want to get something about this. And I had a dream about it. I don't know, one night I had a dream. And it was like a black and white dream. It was the weirdest dream I ever had. And I just saw myself with like tattoos. And this is the only one that I could like remember from that. So I was like, might as well get it. I don't know.
Yeah, it was meant to be.
I don't know if it was from me in the future. I don't know about any of that stuff. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And
so how do you plan to move forward with it? Do you have any other tattoo ideas? Or
I feel like something in between here, like a spider.
Yeah.
I was thinking about like 5 stars, like the GTA thing, just because I love GTA. Like, just
that's
here
fire.
to feel this. Or the cut here, you know, the thing that Trevor has on his neck. Just like here, but I don't know if that's too far.
Yeah, people might be like, oh, that's
something
bad
here,
taste.
definitely here, just like in between, something here. Not a spider web, because I feel like I heard spider webs are a prison tattoo. I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
It's basically like saying that you're gonna be in jail for a long time. You're gonna be in prison for a long time, kind of signifying the spider webs. That it takes time to make a spider web, but yeah, just go with it. Might get an Albanian flag right here. I'm not sure. But
2 eagles just.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just like a thing I'm thinking about doing. Maybe I won't do. Maybe I'll do something completely different. I hope I live long enough to do things like in the in the future and with tattoos and all that. Hopefully, because these days, the lifestyle and all that, like my lifestyle, I keep most of it private, but like things can get bad, but it is what it is,
Yeah, well.
Yeah, hopefully the future, like, good things happen, good things come for all of us, for Mikey, for me, all that, everything.
Bro,
I feel like it's going to happen.
The fact that you're here is just like, we're on such an incline already. Like, like you came back and it's like, wow, like, thank fucking God, like that was just like, I feel like it's just what we needed. Exactly. And now that we're all getting older and we're all making money and shit like that, like, bro, everyone's linking up and like going and doing their things. Like, we have the power to like do shit. So
we can finally like do it now. And growing up, my parents were strict, so I could not do these things. Like, but now I can. Like, I'm a grown man. Like, I'm hype. You know what I mean? Like, it's just amazing. Like, I can finally do things, and I can, like, I'm glad to be here to do this interview. Because I feel like back then, when I made 17, I probably couldn't have done it. I'm not sure. You know what I mean? They were so strict, but I was still doing stuff. You know what I mean? When you have strict parents, but yeah, they chilled out. I basically chilled out. Like, life is good. Like, go with the flow, day by day, all that. It's amazing. We could really get things going now, you know?
Bro.
It's great.
Better with the whistle. Bro, it's so insane. It's so insane. When we covered the past, we covered the future.
Yep.
And we kind of covered... We've covered the present pretty well as well with the projects that you have going on and stuff like that. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I could venture, whatever. Before we kind of lead to the wrap-up, I want to ask you if there's anything else you'd like to talk about.
Oh, yeah. Pretty much I just thought of this right now. Vaping is terrible. Nobody vape. I used to smoke cigarettes back in the day, and it kind of messed up my teeth, but I fixed them. That's the only reason why I do this. Like, I don't know. I quit for 2 months. Another thing, I'm loving the city so far. Like, the city's amazing. So it's how it was.
You know what? I was going to ask that, and I completely forgot. Thank you for... Yep. How are you enjoying being back, like, outside of everything music involved? Like,
it's insane. Like, it's the best thing ever. And people that went to Europe, I'm not sure, but anybody that's been to Europe, especially where I'm from, Kosovo, or where I lived for, like, 4 years, people stare at you heavy. Like, if you're different, people will look at you, they will eye you, everything. Here, everyone minds their own business. Like, you do what you do, and nobody, like, you could be who you want to be, anything. You could be yourself, mostly. Like, that's one thing I love being myself, and over there, I felt like I barely went out, I can't lie. I loved going out, but I just couldn't. And now that I'm back, and I just feel like, you know, good, amazing.
Hell yeah, bro. That shit, yeah, I know. Like, I know we get so wrapped up in, like, the hype of, like, oh my god, you're coming back, da-da-da, we could do podcasts, you're going to do shows, you're going to do more music, we're going to do music together, da-da-da, but it's also like, you were in a whole completely different world for however amount of time. Even being in Florida is being in a whole different world. Fucking far, swamp. So it's like, you know, you're back in New York, and it's just a whole bunch of liberties that come back with it, and I'm just happy you're back, man.
Yeah, I'm glad to be back as well. Happy to be here.
So, yeah, man.
Yeah, that's pretty much...
I'm trying to think. It's been 2 hours, so it's like, I'm like, we should probably wrap it up, but I'm like, I feel like...
Yeah, there could be more things to say. Let's just, like, sit on it a little bit. Let's think. Add the Mikey, hopefully you add the song while we're singing it. You know,
there we go.
When you're editing.
I'll edit that in. There we go.
Yeah,
2 hours and 15 minutes in.
2 hours and what?
15 minutes.
Oh, it feels like it's only been, like, 30 minutes.
That's
just
crazy.
how, like, you know, how we're just, like, speaking and stuff. But, yeah, that's what happened. Sorry.
So now I guess I'll lead towards the wrap up, which is really asking about.
We always have time in the future, or I'll definitely love to come back a year from now or months from now.
Exactly.
If things go well.
You're going to do a lot of cool stuff now that you're back, and I'll definitely have you back on the show, and it'll be a fun interview.
Yeah, I look forward to
this. This was a very fun interview. Dude, this was actually crazy, like, catching up on camera. It's been however fucking... Well, it's been only a year and change since we last seen each other, but I feel like we barely even got to catch up then.
That was like one day, you know what I mean? Like, a couple days.
We were in the park after the show and shit.
Yeah, that was fun. I can't lie, that was fun.
Yeah. But now, pretty much, Norue, what do you got going on for the next day, week, month, year, century or so? Really emphasis on the future. It doesn't have to be music related. It could be what you're eating for breakfast tomorrow.
Thank you for bringing that up, because I'm not sure if I brought this up, but when I went to Florida, I got my GED. Whoa, yay.
Congratulations.
Because I dropped out when I was 16, and it was pretty late, but, you know, it's never too late, as, you know, people say. I did it. I passed them all in, like, 3 days. I studied for 2 days. I was like, what the fuck? Like, I could have done this when I was a little bit younger, but... Cause I had this feeling like it was, like, out of my level, like, you know? But I just remembered somehow some of the stuff I learned in school, and I just passed, like, before the test. And that leads to what I'm going to say now pretty much soon. Hopefully this week or next week, I'm going to check out some colleges around. Maybe...
Holy shit!
Yeah, maybe on the side, you know what I mean? Just to keep myself busy, because music is amazing. Like, I'm definitely going to do music and that and all that stuff. But I'd love to, go to college, just experience the life that I didn't have. That not that I didn't have, because I did have it for a while, but that was like taken from me. Like high school, I left.
Right.
I think the first year, second year, I'm not sure, but
yeah, and if anything, college is like it's like high school, but at least
yeah,
more mature,
yeah,
and like
yeah,
at least you're dealing with adults, and it's
yeah,
a
yeah,
little,
for sure.
you're not dealing with like the
Mhm.
stupid, trivial, simple shit of high school.
Yeah, and I feel like I hope I can just like do better in school, because before I wouldn't take it too serious, but yeah, hopefully that. And what else? Yeah, I'm staying somewhere temporarily for now, but hopefully I get a house soon, my parents, whatever. I'd love to, and then I'm gonna start getting to work while doing college and music. It's gonna get there, slowly, get my own apartment, because I want to live alone, I feel like when you do things alone, it's just
No,
a whole different
it's
thing.
such a great independence to be away
Yeah,
from your parents' house.
it's
Oh
insane.
my god.
But yeah, that's pretty much that. And what else? Yeah, besides that, the music and stuff, upgrade equipment, music videos. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Hell yeah,
Slowly
bro.
but surely.
Bro, I feel like throughout every part of you creating, there was a setback, whether it was, just
Hmm.
having to get by with your parents,
Yeah, just something. It was always.
or just fucking being in Albania, being in
Yeah,
Florida, not
yeah,
having
yeah.
the fucking proper space to record because either
Hmm.
someone's around or you don't have the equipment or whatever, even though
Yeah,
it's
it
your
was
phone in your
always
head.
at the worst timing as well. Like, almost like something tried to stop it, and it could be evil eye, it could be something, whatever. But we pushed through. Like, we suffice. You just got to keep going. You don't let it tear you
You
down.
keep on trucking, man.
Keep going. Yep.
Yeah, man. And with all of that, now I feel like you finally are having true liberty to
Hmm.
flourish and create.
Yeah.
And I'm excited
Hmm.
to see what you do.
And give it my like 100. And I'm happy that you're excited to see it, because even I'm excited to see it, because I don't really know like what's going to happen in the next few months or years, but I just feel like it's going to be good, because things have not been great, and I feel like I can put that behind me as a driving force to push me to do better and succeed and do something, good
Hell yeah.
with all that stuff that happened. And everything happens for a reason. I always say this. I don't know like if you've seen me say it, but I always say everything happens for a reason.
Of course.
And like in the religion Islam, that's basically what they say as well. Everything is written. Like things were written before you were born. That's
Right.
what they say, and that's why I kind of give it my own. Everything happens for a reason. You never know.
Right. Of course. And bro, like the fact that you're back and like you definitely took a lot of valuable lessons and knowledge from everything you've
Yeah,
been through. You have a
everything.
lot of life experience being X, Y, and Z, being different places, meeting different people, being
Yep.
around different fucking in different entire social environments and like the whole sociology of every fucking environment. Da da da.
Yeah.
And with all that being said, like now that you have this liberty, I'm glad that you're coming back with the liberty and the initiative, the drive to
Yeah.
want to do all this stuff.
Thank you. I
I'm
hope
just
my
excited
mic's
to see.
working good. All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is just I'm speaking a little quiet, but yeah, thank you so much. It actually means a lot to me. Like Mikey, I never doubt Mikey. When Mikey supports me, like I know it. Some people it's hard to really tell, but Mikey I know, and I'm always grateful. Like I'm forever grateful, and I'll always give support back to Mikey, just because Mikey's amazing as well. Like it's just this energy. Like you can feel the realness, the real energy.
Bro, I'm a full-fledged supporter. If I support a
Fuck yeah.
motherfucker, I support all
Hell
the
yeah.
way.
Thank you.
Bro, thank you for coming on the fucking pod. This was so long overdue. Like
Yeah. I'm happy to be
the
here.
whole reason I started the pod, like at first was like, oh, I'm just gonna interview my friends and people
Mhm.
that like know my friends and like just so they have a place to talk about themselves. And now it's like this like and when talking about my friends, you're the first
Yeah.
person to
One of
fucking
the-
come to mind type shit when it
Yep.
comes to, especially like in the music scene, of course. So when I did all of like Sybil Run at that time and shit like that, it was like I needed Norue, and I'm glad that we never did a virtual interview. I'm glad that we
Yeah,
never
I'm
rushed it.
glad as well. There has been times where I was gonna be like, I was gonna text you and be like, "Yo, you just want to do one?" Because I felt like terrible that I wasn't here. But I'm glad we waited. I'm glad we got to do this in person, and hopefully, I'll be around. I'll definitely be around for you.
Right.
Hopefully, I'm talking in a sense like life, like be alive, because anything can happen. But hopefully not manifest that. But hopefully we can get more done, more interviews done, more things done. And thank you a lot.
No, bro, thank you. This was awesome, man. Like, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Like,
And I hope, my bad. I hope Mikey's also healthy and well by the time in the future. Yeah, muscle man over here. You know what's going on. But yeah, I hope we're all healthy. Like everybody in the scene and making music is all the ones around me are healthy, happy. Get to where they want to be. That's the one thing I want.
now that you're back in New York, before we officially wrap it up, is there anybody you're excited to collaborate with, or you've had your eye on while you've been away? In the music scene, or have you just been kind of like I'm gonna do my own thing? I'm a lone ranger.
Since I came back, it was like let me drop a couple songs myself before it looks weird that I came back and I just started making songs with other people. I was like, might as well start something. So if I do like shows, I have my own music, because I could always get carried away. It has happened in the past where I got carried away. That's why I never did music videos but I definitely want to make songs with Infinity, with you, because we only have like 3 songs, I'm sure.
Yeah,
I did one feature for Mikey. Mikey did 2 or 3 features for me. I'm not sure, but I'm gonna bring those back. We're gonna do a lot more singles, EPs, all that. Definitely. 2003, Novid, everybody, just everybody that you see like around me, and them.
So all the familiar faces, but nobody new, like no new friends right now.
I think probably the person we talked about before, Young Bob. I don't think I did a song with Young Bob yet. A couple more with Tromster, Indigo for sure. Shout out Indigo. I did one feature, but I definitely want Indigo on my page as well, and a couple more features.
That's what's up, man.
If Indigo sends me anything, I'm always down to do it. Or if anybody sends me, I love meeting new people, connecting like with newer people as well. If anybody has like music they just want to send me, like whenever I'm busy, I will do it.
Oh
It's
yeah.
just, yeah. Wendigo as well. Shout out Wendigo.
Shout out Wendigo. I've been seeing his name a lot recently. You guys have been.
Wendigo's fire.
Yeah.
Really good person. Really nice.
Hell yeah, bro.
And yeah.
All right. So now that we got all that out the way
Mhm.
and close it up, almost 2.5 hours in, I wrap it up here. Mikeymcchoppa here today with Norue, saying now, this was the Cold Personality Podcast, hosted by yours truly, Mikeymcchoppa. With us today was Norue for the last 2 hours. Thank you for joining me and coming here and just us fucking splurging all the tea and bullshit.
Everything we've held in for,
however
I'm just
long.
glad, I'm happy.
Bro, thank you for coming on, and
Thank you for having
I'm
me.
honored and happy to have you divulge and talk about yourself on a deep level on my platform, Thank you guys.
Thank you for letting me.
Thank you
guys
guys
as
who
well
have been listening on Spotify and Apple and all that stuff, and SoundCloud, and watching on YouTube. Thank you guys.
For supporting everything.
For supporting. Thank you guys. I know I haven't done anything since that Nacri and the Villains interview, and that was like almost a month ago or like a month ago. But I'm working hard and I'm trying my best.
Yeah.
There's gonna be more interviews. I've been working my best to schedule good faces, familiar faces, people in past interviews, and new faces. And hell yeah, man. I'm blessed. I'm grateful. I'm blessed. I'm grateful that you're here.
Grateful as well for you having me.
All is well. Peace, love, and hair grease. Happy Mikey Monday. However it goes. Let me think. And I don't know who I'm interviewing next week, so let's just hope.
Yeah, sorry for cutting you off. That's going to be amazing, whoever you interview next. But happy Thanksgiving as well.
Happy Thanksgiving. Hope you guys are recovering from the turkey by the time this uploaded.
Yep. Eat good.
Eat well.
Go for that walk.
Yeah,
that
man.
smoke walk.
Remember the indigenous lives lost.
Everything.
When you enjoy your turkey.
Yeah, for sure.
I like to still eat on Thanksgiving, and as a
I don't really celebrate it because I'm not American,
Yeah, exactly. It's such
turkey,
a weird holiday, right?
Yeah, it is really weird.
Anywho, peace, love, and hair grease, y'all. This was the Cult of Personality. We'll see you next week. This was Norue. Mikeymcchoppa.
Mikeymcchoppa.
Peace, love, and hair grease.
Bye.
Goodbye.